It's a final countdown. Who will survive to be not how you doing tonight, fam? It's Sunday, and we ain't got too many more Sundays like this one when we were not having to do anything more than just talk. We're gonna be watching football 2 weeks away, 2 Sundays from now. Bam, boom. On to Chicago, the Windy City. Fam, it's like the time has come to make roster decisions in the NFL. Niners have plenty of talent this year to choose from. Their biggest problem is to not throw away the wrong talent. Tonight, after going through the Niners' current roster personnel, we'll be going to the phones for a brief assessment and predictions of your final cuts down to the 53. So that means you're not going to be able to give us a whole roster breakdown down to 53 people because that'll take like too long, fam. But pick the spots. Try to keep in mind you got 5.5 to 6 minutes, all right? So just do that because I don't want to have to say, I was like, look, we have to get the rest of that a little later. So think about that before you come on now, and it'll be all good. JaMycal Hasty news appeared in 19 games over the past 2 seasons after coming to the 49ers. He was a UDFA, and he had the best training camp of his career this particular summer. Yet his spot on the Niners depth chart is nowhere near actually a sure thing. So Coach Kyle Shanahan has said this about Mrs. Hasty's baby boy. He said Hasty has been solid. He's been solid since he's been here. That's why he's made some big plays in games, whether it's in the pass game, run game. He's always tough on the special teams and protection, and he's done a good job. He does keep getting better, and that'll continue to happen with him. That'll continue to happen with him, unquote. What are you saying, Kyle? Hasty won the job, as you know, last season as the 49ers' third down back. He caught 23 passes for 157 yards, and Shanahan said Hasty distinguishes himself on the roster as being the best at running choice routes out of the backfield. All NFL teams, though, are going to have to trim rosters from 80 players to the regular season limit of 53 by Tuesday, 1 p.m. West Coast. Hasty isn't worried, though. JaMycal said, I won't lose any sleep. I'm confident in myself and my ability to play ball at this level. So, however it goes, I know I'm going to be on somebody's team and playing football this year. And that's the attitude you got to have as a football player, especially running backs. Because their stock has just fallen down through the years after the NFL sort of shifted in another direction, embracing more of the passing game. Also, Debo suffered a bruised knee in practice today, but not to worry. According to the 49ers, he shouldn't miss any games. It's just one of them brief little things they just had to mention just because. Fam, NFL teams have 2 days, as you know, to get down to the regulation number 53 players, which is Tuesday, 1 p.m. West Coast time, 4 o'clock in the East. There are a lot of projections out there right now as to which players will be staying and who will be saying goodbye. So long. You know what? I looked down through a lot of guys' mocks. No, I can't call it a mock. Can you? Well, predictions. I like Rowan Chakravarti, right? I took a look at Rowan's predictions as to who will be left standing when the smoke clears. And he's got QB Trey Lance, Nate Sudfeld. So explaining he's taking Nate Sudfeld as the second quarterback on the roster over Brock Purdy, who's flashed in the preseason with some tight window and touch throws. And do you agree or disagree is my question tonight. Sudfeld has an extra year of familiarity in the system and is a veteran quarterback who has mentored Trey throughout his career. He's also guaranteed $2 million, making him an expensive cut, and has played well enough in the preseason to maintain his stance as the backup quarterback. While Purdy has flashed, Sudfeld possesses the better arm strength. And it's unfeasible to roster 3 quarterbacks on a 53-man roster with the amount of depth on the roster at other positions. Only 9, and Ron points out only 9 of 32 teams rostering 3 quarterbacks in 2021, and only 3 of those teams made the playoffs. The Philadelphia Eagles, who traded Joe Flacco, Las Vegas Raiders, and the Pittsburgh Steelers. So a potential way to ensure that the Niners do indeed keep all 3 signal callers on the roster would be to keep Purdy on the 53-man roster while cutting Sudfeld only to re-sign the latter, which is Purdy, of course, with the practice squad, where he can essentially serve as the backup quarterback while not subjecting the former to waivers because he isn't a vested veteran. However, this instance would only allow the former Eagles quarterback to be active for 2 games in the year before having to be signed to the active roster, de-incentivizing the idea, which leads to 2 quarterbacks with Purdy being the practice squad player for 2022 before potentially seeing a similar ascension to Sudfeld to the backup role in 2023. A complicated situation there, isn't it? That is really a tough call. Now, because the money's involved, Rowan's right. You do have to go with Sudfeld. However, talent-wise, I just see a better quarterback in Brock Purdy. I really do. We'll see what happens with that, and hopefully Brock Purdy can sustain a position on the practice squad. So I'll go ahead and agree. Running backs, Elijah Mitchell, Jeff Wilson Jr., Trey Sermon, Tyrion Davis, Bryce, Jordan Mason. Agree or disagree? Rowan is saying there are 2 solidified locks in the position group. Elijah Mitchell, a clear-cut top running back when healthy, and Tyrion Davis Price, who was drafted in the 3rd round this year. The other spots are all up for grabs with 4 contenders that have all flashed at times this offseason. Jordan Mason, Trey Sermon, Jeff Wilson Jr., and JaMycal Hasty, while the 49ers normally carry 4 running backs, which Kyle Shanahan has acknowledged. The talent, youth, and injuries at the position motivate rostering an extra halfback, leaving JaMycal Hasty as the odd man out. Roy, I disagree. You know what? Because I want the best football players out there. If Trey's not going to do any better than he's been doing, and he's getting outplayed by JaMycal Hasty, I'm going to have to go with Hasty, and hopefully we can. I think we can put. I'm putting Trey on the practice squad. If I run out of backs, he can come in. I don't see him being a contributor in this particular situation. Okay. Fullback, Kyle Juszczyk, enough said. Wide receivers, 5, Deebo Samuel, Brandon Young, Juwan Jennings, Ray McLeod, Danny Gray. Agree or disagree? That's hard to argue. Damned hard to. There's no argument to offer from me. Your call on that one, fam. Roy believes all 5 of these receivers are locks to make the roster, with the top 3 all being starters last year, and that only makes sense. It's like a boxing match. You got to actually knock the champion out in order to. You're not going to win on a decision. You're going to have to knock him out. The major question with the receiver room is whether they roster wideout Malik Turner as a 6th receiver or not, or should that spot, if you're going to allocate that spot out, if you're doing the math on how many spots you've got. Do you go between Jason Poe and Turner? Which one would you give that spot to? Isn't that tough? Is it that tough? My God, is that tough? Ooh, damn. I got to think about that. You think about that when you go to the phone. Between Poe and Turner, if I got to make that decision, damn. Turner had a great preseason, but so did Poe in an area where we really need. Oh, man, that's a tough call. Turner has played well in training camp and the preseason, arguably being more pro-ready at the moment than Gray with his route running releases and hands. Man, that's a tough one. Tight end 3, George Kittle, Charlie Warner, Ross Dwelly. Agree or disagree? There are some tough decisions I would hate to be sitting in that front office, in that room, when Kyle walks in, everybody else is involved in the decision making. I'd be sitting there, I'd be saying things. Ronbo, you agree? Ronbo, yeah. Did you hear what you just said? Yeah, I'm like 2 players back, man. I'm still trying to make my mind on that. They'd have to excuse me. I'd have to leave. God, those are tough decisions. George Kittle, Charlie Warner. Here's the thing, fam. According to Rowan singing as well, the tight end position has another tough decision, as Ross Dwelly and Tyler Croft have been battling for that final tight end spot to complement George Kittle and Chucky Warner, who recently returned off the physically unable to play list following his core muscle injury. Didn't we see him in the Texas game? Didn't he make a great catch and drag a defender? I think a lot of people will side with Rowan here, though, who is an advocate of Croft, given his ability to block in both the passing and running game. Damn. If they're going to go with 4, man, wow. He's given the roster spot to Dwelly for his pass catching abilities, which should be featured more often with Trey Lance under center. I really don't think Kyle Shanahan I don't think it has anything to do with Trey. I think Kyle Shanahan drew up those plays as he did on purpose. He should have used Dwelly more often, but you know what? Defenses laid off Dwelly a lot. Maybe he might want to use that option more. I don't think you're going to want to go to your blue chip, your playmaker, your game changer, George Kittle. I think that's what Ross Dwelly suffers from the most. I think Dre's going to rely on him every bit as much as Jimmy did. But you still want him out there for a threat, I guess. And additionally, cross blocking abilities haven't been as good as previously advertised in the limited sample size this preseason, lessening the separation from Dwelly, who's never been a good blocker anyway. That third spot could go either way. Troy Fumagalli being a dark horse candidate on the bubble. Keeping in mind Dwelly's familiarity in the system, having been with the 49ers for the past 4 seasons, gives him an edge as well. I got a feeling it's going to be Dwelly. If I'm in and this is the case, if I'm sitting in the office, I'm going to go with Dwelly anyway, just because I know what to expect from him. He does a good enough job. Like that boxing match I was talking about, the challenger did not knock him out. Dwelly, you stay. It's your job to lose. Offensive line, 9 guys: Trent Williams, Aaron Banks, Jake Brindle, Spencer Burford, Michael McGlinchey, Daniel Brunskill, Jalen Moore, Colton McKivitz, Jason Poe. Agree or disagree? I do like Jason down at the bottom of that list, though, Rowan. I really do. I got a feeling he's going to develop. He doesn't even know what he's doing out there, and he already looks damn good. What happens when we get him up to speed? With that size, that leverage, I can use it for more than one thing. Yes. You know what? I was trying to Malik Turner, Jason Poe. I got plenty of wide receivers. I'm going with JP. With the offensive line unit, there appears to be a significant amount of locks. The projected starting group of Williams, Banks, Brindle, Burford, and McGlinchey, they're all locks. Even if they potentially lose their starting spot with Daniel Brunskill and Colton McKivitz, seem to have roster spots as well. Brunskill had an underwhelming training camp prior to his hamstring injury to begin with. He's the only quality backup that's seen any time at center this offseason. I guess we're getting over Sutherland really quick. I wrote while having the versatility of playing all positions. Sutherland shot himself in the neck when he jumped up and threw back, snapped wrong. Then again, preseason can bring on a nervous condition. But then again, what will the big lights do too, right? QKC on Brunskill. What has Brunskill ever done that was registered as great? You know what, Casey? I got an answer for that. He does a great job against one of the greatest defenders of all time, according to the Rams. And actually, I have to be honest, Aaron Donald is definitely a bunch of expletives, bad man. So, if Brunskill can hang with him when he's healthy, I got to give him credit for that. McKivitz is arguing to be the best backup offensive lineman in training camp right now, primarily playing on the outside and that's the toughest position on the offensive line to play. Seeming as the first man up, next to Spencer Burford with McGlinchey being out. Jalen Moore is an absolute hazard that he appeared to be in Texas. My God, he's bad. He's probably better suited to be a guard anyway. So we'll just have to keep him out of that position. But if push comes to shove, you're going to have to do that. Now, I don't know. I think Justin School's out of here. I don't see where Rowan, you didn't even mention him. So a lot of questions, but the Niners need tackle depth, especially with McGlinchey's injury. The major question is whether Jason Poe makes a 53-man roster due to his underwhelming size for an offensive lineman and pretty much raw at that position. So Rowan is expecting him to make it past waivers to the practice squad if he is indeed cut. However, the Niners are facing some injury concerns with McGlinchey we don't know about. All of a sudden he's out. He's had the knee injection as he does annually. And Brunskill may not, it's just the option. Health is the thing here, fam, with that. Status being a question mark at this hour, some decisions will be influenced pretty much by that fact. And who stays and goes due to availability for week 1. Defensive line, Nicky Bosa. There is no further question on that. Eric Armstead, no question. Javon Kinlaw, absolutely no question. Ebukam, probably no question. Kimoko Ture has shined like new money in his last few weeks. I love that dude. Drake Jackson, don't even talk about it. He's been in for weeks. Kevin Givens, Charles Omenihu, Jordan Willis, Hassan Ridgeway, of whom I'm hoping makes it because I like him in the middle. That dude, I just want him to get comfortable around the house, get used to the place, and start being Hassan Ridgeway. I like him. Last year, the 49ers rostered 11 defensive linemen on the 53-man roster. Maurice Hurst initially went to the injured reserve list and he never really did come out of it. So Rowan's believing also that with the team not having an injured defensive lineman as well as an abundance of depth elsewhere on the roster, the initial 53-man roster will carry 10 defensive linemen, with versatile veteran Kerry Hyder missing the cut. Oh, agree or disagree, fam? Rowan, I noticed this a little while back myself. Kerry, he's the only one who really does seem expendable, doesn't he? Fam, you make the call on this. There's several locks of the position. Of course, both Armstead and Kinlaw. Yeah. Tareko, Gevins, yeah. Okay, Jordan. I don't know, man. I think you did beat Kerry Hyder out, didn't you? Okay. What are you gonna do, fam? It's your call. Ridgeway is predominantly an interior defensive lineman, while Hyder has lined up all over the formation. But the Niners need more bodies on the interior, especially if Javon Kinlaw's durability issues arise once again, with AA, Kinlaw, and Givens being the only players at that position. And we traditionally seem to get hurt on that defensive line somewhere, and it's often in the middle, which is ironic because usually it's the edge rushers, okay? So, and by the way, Ridgeway has a $900,000 dead cap hit if he is cut, leaving a financial burden to move on from him. They signed this offseason to a free agent deal. Hyder doesn't have to clear waivers and could join defensive tackle Kevin Atkins on the practice squad, potentially being that needed veteran presence in the locker room. And if something goes wrong, that is a quality guy to bring off the practice squad. I don't think that you'll leave a Kerry Hyder on the practice squad. He's got veteran status by now, though, right? Can you pick him up? No, that's not. Practice squad and waivers are two different things. I can't distinguish the definition of either one. Linebackers Freddie Warner, Aziz Ashar, get out of here. Dre Greenlaw, they could be the best. They could be the best trio in the NFL. We don't even need to talk about it. Now, Orrin Burks, Demetrius Flanagan, Foles. The Niners have a loaded linebacker room once again, potentially raising the question as to whether a surprise candidate could make the roster again. Is there any surprises in your mind, fam? Undrafted rookie Marcelino McCrary Ball. He comes to mind after his solid training camp in preseason where his speed and knack to make plays were on display. He's not going to top the top three candidates, of course, but what happens after that is the question. McCrary Ball got to me when he made that speech during his press conference. I'm so wanting him to make it. I don't know if he can beat Flanagan Foles out. He made a couple of mental mistakes in the running game, which was seen this past Thursday night. In his he is a developmental candidate despite promising results. So McCrary Ball and fellow UDFA rookie Sigal Olubi will develop on the practice squad during the season, hopefully. Cornerback, 6 of them: Javarius Ward, Emmanuel Mosley, Diamador Lenore. I like that, Rowan. I like that. Samuel Womack, it goes without question. Tariq Castro-Fields. Ambry Thomas, there is a slight question mark against him. It's in pencil. Don't worry about it. It can be erased. But those are the 4 locks in this group: Ward, Mosley, Lenore, and Womack. Can you imagine Lenore? I'm delighted for Demo was the underdog coming in here. But he was a roof dog, though. He had a big dog. The latter two have played well in training camp. I'm talking about Lenore showing significant improvement in his consistency from last season. And he put himself in a position as a top cornerback off the bench. He did this a little bit last year as well, though. While Womack is impressed in the slot like nobody maybe in the NFL. He looks like he's got a whole lot of potential. He's in the slot. They put him on the edge. He's just a dog. Receivers were out there with rip marks all through their clothes and Womack. Oh, yeah. So, and they were so comfortable with Womack, they just got rid of Darqueze. Darqueze, we don't see no possible way, man. You got to go back so we give you a chance to get you another job. The question with the Niners in this position and the number of players they're looking to carry, be it 5 or 6 corners, what are you going to do, fam? Castro-Fields has impresses for his draft position, seeing time with the second-team defense at times over Thomas and being a bigger factor on the outside after struggling at times in the slot during OTAs and minicamp, according to reports. Ambry Thomas, you know what? He's the kind of guy that I'd have to roll the dice on, because from what I saw from him last year, I don't know what his problem is. I'd probably call him out. Let's have some dinner. I want to talk to you. I want to find out what's on your mind here. You're not playing football like you did last year. Last year coming out, I was looking at you as a potential Pro Bowler. What is going on? Tell me some things that are going on in your life or something, Embry. I need to know because I need to make some decisions here in a few minutes. I'm going to go with my best football players. I consider you one of my best football players, but you're not playing like one of my best football players. I can't turn away a kid that's been doing a good job and making you look bad. I need him to tell me. I just broke up with my girlfriend, man. I've been in love with that girl for like 5 years. I can't take. Embry, are you serious? Because it's hard to sympathize with that when you're talking about a profession. There's going to be lots of girls in your life, Embry. But you can't. The heart is a weird thing to work around. Have you ever played ball in high school? It comes into play. It messes with you, and maybe he's got some of the family issues. I don't know, but he has struggled significantly. So Embry Thomas, but he's Rowan between third round. Rowan though thinks, even though he's with the third round draft status, he is susceptible to the cut. But Rowan, I have a question about that though. Between third round picks, Embry Thomas was the third round pick, but then so was Trey Sermon. I'm not happy with Trey. I think between the two of those guys, I'm not sure which one I'd cut first, but I got a feeling I know which one I might think hard on. But the last place is cornerback Jason Verrett on the PUP list to begin the season, as well as some recent injuries to their secondary at safety. A spot cleared for him in the secondary with promise still being there despite Embry Thomas' struggles this season. And also Thomas is suffering a knee injury currently, so he could be put on the IR if nothing else. But he's not. You're not getting rid of Embry Thomas. No way. He's even if he gets close to 100%, the 49ers, if they really feel that strongly about it, if Castro Fields does make him look like, yeah, we got something there with Castro Fields. We get rid of Embry? No, hell no, but we're going to keep Castro Fields. I'm going to put Embry on the PUP or somewhere. I'm hiding him. It's tough, man. It's time of year. It's just scary tough. Safety, you got forward with J-Dub, Talanoa Hufanga, Tavares Moore, George Odom. There's been no question in that safety room. It's been pretty clear cut as the beginning of training camp as the team didn't draft a player at the position anyway, only signing George Odom, who's done a fine job. George has got a couple of picks in preseason. Boy looks damn good. And like his reputation says, I don't be missing no tackles, people. Somebody run down here through my way, they're going down. And I'm going to make sure of that. And he did. The four safeties consistently occupied their spots in first and second teams. We got a first and second team solid on safeties. So it's no surprise that they're going to be on the 53-man roster. With the safety room, though, there are two questions. One, J-Dub's injury and Dante Johnson's spot on the 53. Dante Johnson's used to this, and Johnson probably already checked out and went on home or went back to visit some friends or something, as he'll come back on waivers in a couple of days anyway and be on the practice. But Dante Johnson, did you see that list? Somebody put out a list of Dante's travels throughout his career in the NFL. It was on a tweet, and he got to lick the page to turn to find out all the places he's been and where he's come from and how many times the 49ers have dropped him and called him back in. Dante, hang in there, man. You'll be a 49 before this year's over. Just tell everybody else, no, I don't think so. I'm waiting for the 49ers to call me back, and I know they will. Jimmy Ward, the bad news is certainly beginning the 22 campaign on the IR, according to head coach Kyle Shanahan. And John Lynch, after suffering a serious hamstring injury earlier in training camp, and could be out until midseason, according to Pro Football Doc's David Chow with a grade 3 strain. So Jimmy just tore all the hell out of it and probably was just inches away from needing a surgical procedure. Johnson is a vested veteran, meaning that he won't be subject to waivers, as I just mentioned. So, and he can be brought back immediately once the IR move for Jimmy Ward is officially announced. From there, the question will be who starts opposite of Talanoa Hufanga come week one. Currently, the favorite appears to be Mrs. Odom's baby boy, George. I've liked what I've seen from him. Although Tavares Moore's athleticism may allow the 49ers to play more cover one and man coverage in packages, which they've shown a desire to do this all season. Adding Tavares Ward in free agency explains, fam, explain how callers can address, this situation. Also, fam, as you're addressing this matter, though, remember, you've only got an allotment of time, so don't go by the whole roster. Pick your spots and get in and out. And if you're going to go over everything, just be really fast, okay? Because we're probably going to have a lot of people want to do this. Please, fam, it's just one of those things where it's a long subject matter. Hey, Robert Slavin, Jason Poe, and Jordan Mason should make the team. Oh, amen to that. Jordan Mason, my God. Jordan Mason, I cannot cut him. I cannot. I think Jordan's on the team, though. I really do. Uh, Okie Niner, our whole O-line is a liability except for Williams. Okie Niner also said, yeah, here Donald on the Rams getting 6 games. Whoa. I thought they were just going to leave that alone and call it a boys will be boy in training camp situation. 6 games? Okay, I got to confirm that. Rams, that's why they're not in here. They know their asses meat without. Oh, don't let me find out that's true, Rams. Ho! Eric, come on in, E.
Can you get back to me like 2 callers?
Can do. All right. Brittany, Brittany, come on in. Britt.
How you doing?
Britt doing fine. I'm looking at this roster. There's going to be some heartbreaks. There's going to be at least 2 or 3. There's been, you notice, I've said nothing about Jimmy, but it has been mentioned that there's only going to be 3 guys in the mix. But that's another subject for another day. Brittany, what does your roster breakdown look like? Pick your spots because you got like 6 minutes.
I'm doing my cleansing birth right now.
All right.
So, because I already know a bunch of people are going to say, you know who, are ready for the 53-man roster, which is ridiculous, so I'm not into it. But
Okay.
I want to focus on the offensive line and the corners for me. Because offensive line is going to be hard because a lot of the positions, it's tough to say if he's going to make it, except for left tackle, because Trent Williams is a beast, okay? That's all I got to say. So it's going to be hard. And I could, if I had to choose, I could see Jason Poe making it because he did show something in the preseason when I was watching. So that's at least something. But for the rest, it's hard to say because we did lose some good pieces. McGlinchey's still hurt, so it's tough.
It really is. Because if you got to put, Jalen Moore scared everybody to death. That camera angle they had on Jalen Moore, the guy had him spinning around like a top and went and could have knocked the ball out of Trey's hands back there. That was on him.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God, that was close.
It was on him. It's just insane. It's making, like, the whole offensive line, except for left tackle, is making me worried going into the season. It's making me worried.
Everybody.
And with the corners, that's going to be tough because I can already tell, besides Javarius Ward, besides Emmanuel Mosley, can I just say one name? Womack?
Yes.
Womack.
Everybody loves him.
Wow. But that one's going to be tough because, yes, that one's going to be tough too because, I mean, Lenore, I can see him making the team too. Andrew Thomas, that's a tough one because even though he had some up and down moments last year, he became the hero of the game in that last regular season win against the Rams with that beautiful interception. So, oh man,
I think he's a slow starter, Britt. I really do because he started off a little weak. He was always there, but he just at the point of contact when the ball was going through the air, Ambry was right on it. Nobody runs past Ambry. But when the ball came down is when he had his issues, and then he finally figured that out.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree. It was a slow start for him, but it's just so tough because in the preseason you see sparks from a lot of different guys, and then when you just see them get cut, it's like, damn, I wish they could stay on the team longer so that way they can show it off even more to see if they make the 53-man roster. Because then you can sit here and be like, oh, now I'm going to see these two paired off, and they're going to be amazing. And these two paired off.
And say, look what they did, right? Because I got to tell you something, Brittany, and it's not popular, but after seeing Akello Witherspoon finally develop, I want him back. He looks good in Pittsburgh.
That's not a lie.
Wow.
I do want to put one more in there, and that's with the quarterback. Honestly, in my opinion, I think Nate Sudfeld should get cut. And I know people are going to call me crazy, but I think he should be cut.
I'm not. I'm Nate Sudfeld is. If I have to worry about the game and I can bring Brock Purdy in, I actually won't be that worried. And maybe Sudfeld's got a little stronger arm, but Purdy knows where to put the ball. He's like Kurt Warner.
Right.
He ain't got a cannon for an arm, but he's brilliant.
And plus, I would talk with other people. I would think in my head, if you're in a tight situation, and let's say Trey goes down for the rest of the year, can you really rely on Nate Sudfeld to continue to win games?
He doesn't seem to have that cerebral juice.
Tough schedule.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't trust him. That's just coming from me, because you need somebody who knows how to find a way to win and manipulate a tough defense in order to win the game. So I wouldn't trust him if Trey Lance goes down for the year. I wouldn't trust him.
And like you will all be laying, if you're sitting or whatever you're doing, we'll all be laying back, looking over the edge of the table like Kilgore, watching the TV, worried as to what's going to happen next. You want to know, but you kind of expect it. You know,
right.
So, I know Purdy should have stayed. He might be on the practice squad. They may figure that one out. But then he's not in position to come in, though. That's true.
I wish he was number 2, because he showed some spark.
Purdy
showed some spark.
But they owe Nate money, and he's going to get. It's guaranteed. Why they did that, I don't know. Brittany, I don't know. Why are you guaranteeing him money? Now you got to keep him, no matter who else came along. And Brock Purdy looks good.
I think it was a mistake for them to re-sign Sudfeld in the first place.
Begin with experience, you know. We're gonna find out. Well, Britt, delighted to hear from you. I'll tell you, I'll see you on Twitter, and I'll be back Tuesday after the cut, and we'll talk about this. All right.
Okay. Sounds
Thanks,
good.
Britt. Night.
Good night.
Night. Hey, Jay.
Ronbo.
Hold on a second. Okinawa says, yeah, Kittle not too happy with Lance. I don't know where he's getting that from, though. Okay, boy, you on. Hi, baby. Kittle, speaking for Kittle. Yeah, Jay, come on in. It's Jay. Honk, Jay, get in. I ain't talked to you in so long. I was shocked. There's another Jay that calls all the time, and he can't get his phone to work. Your phone worked right away, which threw me for a loop. How you doing, fam?
Hey, I'm doing good. How you doing?
Great. Season's getting ready to start. I'm nothing but tickles all upside, man. Hey, Jay, jump on in here. As you know, as I mentioned earlier, we can't go through the whole 53 with you, but pick your spots and go through as many as you can within that time, 6 minutes, will you?
I mean, we all know who's going to make the team. We all know who ain't.
We all? Yeah.
It's a given. You know, Brock Purdy ain't going to make the team. He'll probably squad.
Come on, Jay, give the boy a chance.
I'm just saying. I mean, he did okay, but come on now. We need to stop hyping these. If we need to go watch some other teams play in the preseason. There's plenty of backup practice squad players that look pretty
like
good.
Brock Purdy?
So, I mean,
well, Jay, let me ask you this real quick then. Are you happy with who we got? Is Nate gonna make? Is that gonna work for you if something goes wrong? Are you gonna feel good about that? You feel safe?
Trey gonna have to work us.
Well, that goes without saying. But I mean, if all of a sudden, oh, my leg, oh my God, you hear everybody say the same thing. Oh Lord, no, here comes Nate. You know. Anyway, go ahead.
We'll be all right next year then.
Ooh.
When Trey come back. I mean, Nate. I guess, you know, the same thing we probably seen from Nick Mullins and C.J. Beathard. So,
yeah,
you know.
Yeah. Okay.
We probably keep 5 receivers, you know, three main tight ends, you know. Poe gonna make the team. He one of our best interior linemen.
Hey, Ronbo, excuse me, man. I just want to say, Jay, your Niner call always cracks me up, man. I hope you have a blessed night. I love you, man. Thank you, buddy.
You do the same. Love you too, bro. Have a blessing.
Go ahead, Jay.
Yeah, but, you know, I mean, being honest, Jordan Mason is good, but he not what everybody thinking he Adrian Peterson or somebody.
Yeah? Give me more on that.
I mean, I'm just saying he's a good, tough, hard runner. He's good to keep him on, but it ain't. We got
You're not willing to sacrifice Trey Sermon for him.
Trey Sermon?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. I like Trey Sermon, but I can't, I can't vouch for him. He ain't showing me nothing.
Because,
like
fam,
college,
Trey Sermon would be the other option. Hasty makes the team otherwise.
Hasty is on the team. You sure Kyle Shanahan almost flipped in his press conference and said it.
I know he did. I read that line twice today. Okay, so
he had to catch himself.
Okay, you're gonna run out of backs. If you're not interested in Trey, then you got to keep Jordan Mason.
I mean, they going finagle their way, and they gonna get two of them on the practice squad somehow, some way.
Trey Sermon.
It's either gonna be Trey Sermon and Jordan Mason on the practice squad or Hasty. I mean, they gonna work. They gonna cut another position that they know that they can get back and keep 5 running back, 6 running backs plus you.
They'll finagle that. You're right.
Yeah, they're working. I don't think nobody gonna pick Jordan Mason up. I mean, he look good, but there's plenty of other running backs out here that's looking good right now. And we probably only gonna keep 6 corners.
Yeah.
And we gonna keep Mosley, Ward, the rookie. What's his name? The guy.
Womack.
Our superstar Slack.
Yeah, that's Sammy. That's Sammy Womack.
Yeah, Sammy Womack. Yeah, him, Amory, and Domino, and then Dante gonna make it.
Yeah. Even if he gets cut, he'll be back Wednesday, Thursday afternoon.
Yeah, he'll be back. And then we hopefully Tart get released from the Eagles so we can pick him back up.
Tart, he's with the Eagles?
Yeah, he with the Eagles. Hopefully they cut him. He ain't been doing too much over there, so hopefully they cut him.
You've been monitoring that situation, have you? Okay.
Oh yeah, I've been watching him out there. He been all right, but he been like third in the depth chart. But hopefully they cut him, we get him back.
Eagles got a good team. Yeah. So,
yeah, they do. They do. But
you're right. It could be tough over there.
Yeah, that's what I've been reading. I've been reading that on it because we need that back secondary. At least to Ward come back. We need another veteran because Odom ain't it, and Tavares Moore ain't it.
You don't like Odom, huh? You know what though? One thing,
Man,
if Tart came back, I could put him at free safety because he can play both safeties and does well in the center field position. Actually, I just don't expect him to pick nothing off. Damn. I wish
And then when Ward come back, we can go back to our 3 safety look sometimes.
Yeah, like with Tavares and J-Double there and back there together, which they did a good job together too. So yeah.
Oh, like last year. Last year they had Todd Ward and some fun guy out there.
So
but I don't really see no big surprises coming to us. You know what I mean? Unless we release somebody like Torrey. You know what I mean?
Oh no!
Jordan Willis.
Oh, I felt a pain in my side when you said it. DeMeco, that boy that's a beast. I don't want no beast to leaving. That's why I said Hyder might be in trouble. There's some guys that, but Torrey is.
Yeah, but we might need Curry Hyder because our defensive tackles they shaky, man. After Kinlaw and Armstead, I don't know. We probably need to
Hyder can play anywhere.
Dominic Sue. Tell you the truth.
On the line, actually. Well, yeah. Okay.
Dominic Sue still out there. I say we go pick him up for 1 year once we let Jimmy go. Go ahead and pick him up for a 1 year contract. He played for Chris Cassert.
Oh, he did, didn't he? In Detroit. I forgot about that.
In Detroit, yeah.
I mean, but see, we don't need to spend that kind of money on him for 1 year. I don't know. But I tell you what, I'm not giving up. Jordan Mason's on my team. Yeah, we're gonna argue about that.
It's cool. We see him in week 10.
I know, no matter what. Jay, we got to roll like you rolling right now. But it's so good to have you back. Let me tell you, I'll be back after the cut Tuesday evening.
Oh yeah,
right.
I'll be here. The season started now. Appreciate you, Ronbo, man. Love you much,
man. Appreciate you, Jay. Love you back, fam. See you Tuesday.
Already, man. God bless you.
Thanks, fam. Be careful out there.
Oh yeah, you already know we roll with the Lord.
Night, remember Papa Dragon used to do that? System suppresses them.
We on the road for 6, baby. Let's get it.
There he goes. Night, fam. There goes James rolling down the road. in his big truck, making them big bucks. Hey, Eric, are you ready? Did we do 2 already?
Yo, what's up, Ronbo?
Eric, go ahead, Eric. Give us a rundown on who's gonna make this. You may not be able. You can't go through the whole 53, but listen, pick your spots. Please don't hurt my feelings by telling me Jordan Mason is not going to make this team like Jay just did. But what else you got going on? Jay!
No, Ronbo, if it were me, I'm cutting Sermon. I mean, I believe Phil came in the other day and did say if you cut Sermon, I believe it's like $1 million to cap it.
Oh, I forgot. I forgot about the cash involved. If I put him on the practice squad, that's all right, though. I can't put him on the practice squad.
I think Jimmy Garoppolo. Jimmy Garoppolo, they're getting another, 20-something $million. I'm actually
they'd still be over the cap. You still don't have a lot. Well, no, that's right, 20-something million. Yeah, you still got some finagling money then. You're only going to keep 53, though. It comes down to bodies now at this point.
Yeah, but, I mean, if they cut Jimmy Garoppolo and then they recoup some of that money, it goes to – I'd be comfortable with cutting Sermon because I'd rather keep Hasty.
Oh, and pay him the $1 million?
Proven that he has – yeah, well,
like a settlement?
He's not going to actually go to Hasty. Yeah, it's not going to go to Hasty, but that money is going towards keeping Hasty on the roster. And he's had a third down role this entire time he's been here. So he's kind of, I would say, earned the money. They paid Nate Sudfeld because he stayed an extra year. Remember, Nate stayed on the roster because they paid him that $2 million as a reward for staying on the roster because I believe he could have left. But he stayed, I believe, on the practice squad. I think he had multiple chances to leave.
Yeah, somebody tried to get him?
I believe that's what they said.
And so they felt like something like that. They owed him for his allegiance? Oh, okay. I didn't know
it was
that.
kind of like a reward, I remember a couple years ago, Sherman had a settlement and he didn't, had an incentive and he didn't meet it, but they gave him the money anyways as a reward for everything he's done. Yeah.
I got no problem with
the
that.
Niners are known for rewarding their guys.
Yeah, and Sherman meant so much to us.
if he were...
When he was here, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. He did go on Fox and say he still wants to be on the Niners. Yeah, I don't know if you saw that.
See, he didn't say I want to go back to Seattle.
At Fox.
See, yeah, I love me some Sherb.
Yeah. Yeah, he did say he literally told John to his face, if you need a call, give me a call. Just hit me up. I'll be there. So Sherm definitely deserved it. But if it were me, Ronbo, with the whole quarterback situation, I'd rather have Brock Purdy. I think he can win you more games in case Trey does go down.
Mm-hmm.
Nate seems like a robot. He seems like he just does everything Kyle tells him to do. Which obviously you're supposed to, but you kind of have to add your own element to it. And I think within Purdy's elements are better than I think Brock's elements are better than Nate's. Nate's he just feels like a backup that's been within this league, and he'll just always be that.
He's tall.
Brock,
no identity.
All right.
Yeah.
Guys, always listen. We got Eric. Hold on a second, guys. We got to establish a new rule per Levi yesterday. Listen, what we're gonna do is you come in and ask the caller that's on the phone at the time if it's okay to interject, but don't just come in, okay, please, guys, because otherwise we get people complaining. Levi might not be the only one who feels that way. So first, come in, see if you can get permission. If it no, yes, no, whatever, then you do or don't. Okay. All right, guys. Appreciate it. All right. Go ahead, Eric.
Yeah, well, I think Brock is a better backup than Nate. I think, again, he actually has some mobility to him too, which is something I don't think Nate has. Nick to me seems like Brock seems like a better version of Nick Mullins. That's what I seeing him.
Announcers said that too.
I just think, that's my personal opinion. Obviously, people are probably not going to like that because Nick did leave. But Nick, I believe the Raiders just traded for him. Someone traded for Nick Mullins with the 7th round pick, so he's moving around and someone's willing to give up something for Nick. Yeah, the other day that just happened.
Who did that? Anyway,
he either left the Raiders or the Raiders traded for him.
No, somebody gave up a 7th round pick or 6th or 7th round pick. It was yeah, you're right. I forgot all about that.
Yeah, and then the other subject I want to touch on, the corners. Obviously, Ambry Thomas. If it were me, I'm not cutting him, but I also feel like his season last season was a bit overrated. But not by much. He showed potential. But I mean, we've seen guys like Witherspoon show potential. Who was that guy a couple years ago in, like, I believe 2015, something like Robinson? He was a good corner for us for like a second, and then he went to the Jets.
And an attitude.
But that guy showed potential.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's guys over the years that have showed potential, and they've been decent, but sometimes they just I guess it's fear. I think these guys like work off of confidence, and obviously that play versus the Rams was a big confidence booster, so he played better down the stretch. And I think that confidence over the offseason just kind of like faded away. So, I mean, maybe he makes a couple big plays early in the season, but he scares me a little bit. I really hope Verrett stays on this roster. I don't know if he's going to get cut, but I really want Verrett on this roster because I feel like if Verrett stays healthy,
yeah, you don't have to. He's not taking up a spot right now, so
he's going to stay.
Keep him. Yeah.
Yeah, but obviously when he's healthy, he could probably be the best corner on this team.
Oh, no doubt.
I think a lot of people are assuming that.
Oh, that'd be an awesome tandem. Yeah.
And then with Emmanuel Mosley, I don't know who's going to play the nickel. Obviously Womack, but I mean, if Verrett is healthy, I would assume that Verrett would eventually take his spot. I don't know if it's going to happen right away. Obviously, probably not.
Yeah,
But Mosley, I don't know if he would.
One. That's a whole nother show because actually, Mosley versus Verrett, because Tavares has got to stay out there. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Actually, it's not.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Especially.
You know, I'm just thinking Verrett takes Emmanuel Mosley out just due to pedigree. You know what, though? We'll cross that hurdle when we get there because Emmanuel Mosley has a tendency to pull his hamstrings. We'll see what happens. Eric, we ran out of time. I'll see you Tuesday, and we'll get the verdict on all this, okay?
All right, Ronbo. I'll catch you later.
All right, fam. Looking forward to it. Night. And there it is, Mrs. Dragon's favorite baby boy. Oh, no. It's Mrs. Dragon's favorite baby boy, Papa.
I love you, Ronbo.
I like that. I'm getting off of my own humor. You should never laugh at your own material. Hey, Pop, come on in.
Hey,
go ahead.
Let's do this.
Please.
I'm telling you right now, there will be some shocks. There will be shock. And all because people don't seem to realize that we are dealing with the Yorks, Parag, and Mr. Lynch.
We do look beyond that sometimes.
We look beyond that. We look beyond that. So here's my crazy thoughts. My crazy thoughts is very, very simple. The last preseason game meant nothing. Not a thing to the 49ers. They already knew who they were going to keep. And one of those people is Trey Sermon. As he got an endorsement from Lynch. Now, what's going to happen is that they are going to cut the people you don't want them to cut and keep the people you don't want them to keep. That is a foregone conclusion. JaMycal Hasty is out. Jordan Mason is out. They will return to the practice squad, which has been extended. I still believe they should cut Nate Sudfeld, but they're not going to do it. Now, I know it's a risk, but I really think that if you cut him and you put him on waivers, whoever tries to pick him up has to pay him that $2 million guaranteed salary.
And add him to the 53. That's right.
And add him to the 53. So, to me, I think they can work a handshake deal to bring him back. We already know Ward's headed off to injury reserve. Mm-hmm. We don't know how long that's going to be, and we don't know who else is going to be on injured reserve as well. I know
there's always some surprises, and some of those guys are perfectly healthy, and they put them on the IR.
Yeah. Now, I do have a little bit of side information. The 49ers have reached out to Alex Mack's agent for a report for someone who represents him to see if he has any interest of coming back either now or later if the fire is still burning. They're also inquired about trading for Leatherford from the Raiders. And they are, of course, bringing in a guard from the Bills and Panthers to work out.
A couple of them.
Yeah, they're bringing some people in. That still doesn't change the fact that they intend to roll out Banks and Burford. And just this, and I did not get a chance to finish my thought last time. But the one thought I wanted to make last time about that preseason game is that was their third game in 12 days.
That's right.
Banks and Spencer have spent more time on the field than anybody else. They look slow. They look tired. They look unfocused.
And you're that big.
Yep. Although it was impressive that Brendo kind of kept it together. As far as your defensive linemen, and I guess we can end it with that. The people who are out, in my opinion, is going to be Kevin Atkins, Akeem Spence, and Alex Barrett. The 49ers will keep 11 defensive linemen just like they did last year. So feel happy. Kerry Hyder ain't going nowhere. He plays two positions. He'll be there. If there's anybody that could be yes. So I think that's going to be their situation. That's the strength of this team. But you're going to see some really weird finagling of injury reserve players with this particular team. And then lastly, I don't know how people feel about this, but you already know who's waiting in the wings. Because, our scouting department, we work for two teams. We work for the 49ers and we work for the Seattle Sea Chickens. So whoever we let go is going to wind up over there.
Every year. Every year.
And one of those people is Jimmy Garoppolo, right? And I'm telling you what, I guarantee you, if Jimmy Garoppolo got to the Seahawks, Jimmy Garoppolo, he would stop going to Pornhub.com. He would stop dating porn stars. he would double down on the protein shakes. He started going to church, praying to God to whoop us.
Sipping on it while he's sitting there learning about the Lord.
Don't give me nothing else, God. Just let me beat the 49ers twice every year. And I'm sorry if that happened and he went over there and all of a sudden just turns into Joe Flacco in the playoffs and just starts throwing bombs.
It's all about the offense, fam. Hey, it's all about the offense. And also, he'll be so motivated. That's what pisses me off. That's one of the reasons why I don't want him over there. He's going over there all pumped up. He's ready to go. And, the intel that he could give Pete Carroll just really bothers me.
So what I'm saying is that I expect him to be cut. But while I expect him to be cut, way people are talking in certain circles, they're talking, they can keep him and they'll just pay money to back up Trey, blah, blah, this. And I'm like, you know what? Well, usually that kind of noise usually means that there is that thought, because I think the terrifying thing for them right now is him actually going over to the Seahawks. That's terrifying for the front office of the 49ers, because they have half a fan base that loves Jimmy G. And if he goes over to the hated Seahawks and starts beating us, they could be 2-15, Ronbo. But if those 2 wins are against us, man, there'll be fire in the streets in San Francisco. There'll be blood going down into the gutter.
It'll run like a river, fam. I know. But
cats would live with dogs.
That's one of my all-time favorites. Bob, we got to stop. And I tell you what, Tuesday, we're going to get some verdicts. Because if Jimmy doesn't get cut, that means he's not leaving until September the 9th. And that's just to prevent having to deal with anything he has to offer in Seattle anyway. I'm pretty sure the 49ers are probably thinking like that. But anyway.
No, they messed this whole situation up. We should not even be in this process right now. Right now, Jimmy Garoppolo he's like a member of the mob that you think is talking to somebody.
Now be careful, because like. you know he's Italian. Some people could take that the wrong way.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like Tony Soprano, and he's like he's big pussy or something. It's like, hey, I had a bad dream about you, dude. I'm telling you, you gotta take him out to the boat and shoot him.
Bob, I'm gonna see you Tuesday, and we're gonna find out what happens.
What they flip my pussy? Huh? They flip my big pussy. My pussy. They flip my pussy. No.
Bob, oh God, get out of here. Bob Dragon, he's on his way, and he's gonna mull himself over, and he's gonna think about what he's gonna do on Tuesday when he's gonna get his speech ready. Night, Pop. Bam and boom. I see you. And let's get him in here. He is Chill Pill Phil. Phil, come on in. You've heard a lot of madness in the last few minutes, and you're always that guy that comes in and gets everything in order. What are you thinking, Phil?
Well, I mean, the one thing you got to think about is on the practice squad, you get 10 rookies and 6 vets. So you got to plan around that, right?
Okay.
So, rookies are going to get cut probably more likely than a vet because you have less spots for vets, right? So, and people think, oh, they're going to get poached. But, this time around, if you pick someone off waivers, it's got to go on the 53-man, and teams are already set for their 53.
Yep.
Where they're not set is their practice squads. So I'm sure if you're a running back, who would you rather sign with? You'd rather go to the Niners because you're going to get a chance to play sometime.
Yeah. And that's guaranteed. It's sad, but it's true. God.
It's guaranteed almost. I mean, Kyle goes through running backs. That's a given.
Damn.
So, I wouldn't be surprised if the Niners don't make a possible trade here and there, maybe a Kerry Hyder for an offensive lineman or something like that, or that you might be able to off some of these guys that you may cut for a low-round draft choice too. So, I mean, things are going to happen over these next 2 weeks that are going to answer some questions. And obviously the Niners need to upgrade at tackle because School and Moore are just not cutting it. So I think both those guys are gone. And so I think we need a tackle other than McKivitz because of McGlinchey's situation. So, we're not settled for sure.
Yeah, Phil, I have one question of you too. You think the 49ers, now the waiver wire is going to be just jumping Tuesday evening, right? Now, do the 49ers cut or save a space for a potential deal they might pick up off the waiver wire, even though we're so low on the pecking order to even be eligible to pick up any blue chip offensive lineman, which I figure that's what they'd be probably looking at if they're looking at anything.
Well, I think more likely would be a trade scenario.
Yeah.
A low round draft, it's like a 7th round pick, and you pick up a guy that way, or you sign a free agent vet, because the vets don't have to go through the waiver wire.
That's right.
Once you cut a vet, he can sign anywhere he wants. It's the rookies that have to go through the waiver wire. So, vets, you don't need to there's no pecking order. A guy can pick wherever team he wants to go to.
And as well he should. At that point in your career, you need to be treated with a little respect. I like that idea.
Right. So a veteran guy can see the 49ers situation and say, hey, I could potentially start on this team. So at offensive line. So, yeah, I'd really consider that. And the potential of winning. So.
And you can reach out to that vet if you're the 49ers front office, which is what I like as well. I can call him before he even calls me.
So,
yeah.
Now, the other thing is with Jimmy Ward, we got to take him on the 53 and then put him on waivers after that point, and then we got to bring someone up to replace him.
He's a vet, though. Yeah.
So, these are little things you got to think about.
That's how you finagle
like Sermon, like
to keep
said,
bodies. Yeah.
I mean, the other guys, the other 2 running backs, whoever it is going to be on our practice squad. And when you're on the practice squad, you can be brought up at any time for a couple games, no penalty. And if it's longer than a couple games, you got to sign them. So it's not a big deal to have them on the practice. Just like if they're on the practice squad, it's just like being on the team nowadays. The way that
it's arranged,
the way that the rules are. Yeah. So
yeah, and like you're saying, the bottom line is if you're going to take that kid off that practice squad, you've got to sign him for your 53. And if you're prepared to do that, go right ahead. But otherwise, leave him alone. Because
right, and that's why I think Purdy is going to be on the practice squad because he is a rookie.
Yeah.
And no one's going to pick him up on the 53. Not as their backup quarterback.
Not at this point. Not quarterbacks can stay there. That's true.
Not at this point. So I mean, he's better off being on the practice squad, get some reps. Being the practice squad dummy
That's
hero.
right. That's right.
And he'll get more practice that way than if he was the second string quarterback. So, I just think Purdy's going to be on the practice squad.
Yeah.
And other than the offensive line, I'm not worried about a thing. As far as Hyder goes, I think he's trade bait. Someone
Phil,
might want to have.
He got enough out there to entice anybody into wanting to make a deal with the boy. What would you give up for Kerry Hyder if you're another team?
Well, the Niners would be looking for an offensive lineman or
a
like
player
a
for player trade.
Yeah, or a sixth
okay.
or seventh round pick, somewhere in there.
Yeah, okay.
He's only making $700,000, I think.
Is Hyder down to that
So.
after having what did the Hawks play him last year? He got a decent contract from them last year, didn't he?
Oh yeah, like $12 million.
Yeah. Well, guess Terry, I'm not hurting for money yet, so he could. We're nice.
Yeah, he's not a high price guy, but if he makes the team, he'll be probably the last guy on the totem pole. But I'm kind of worried about our inside tackles because Given got pushed around in the practice game.
Uncharacteristic of him to do that. I saw that a couple of times. He's been rocked in that position like a fire hydrant.
I mean, so I don't know if I'm concerned or not.
Well,
I'm more concerned about the O-line.
Yeah, you and me and everybody in the Niner Empire.
Because they're bringing people in to look at. So I think the Niners are concerned as well.
Oh, they finally admitted it the other day, Kyle.
More. I mean,
but yeah.
McKivitz is a lock, and so is Brunskill, along with the 5 starters right now.
Yeah.
But there's probably 1 or 2 more offensive line positions that
need to be looked at. Phil, we're going to have to.
That are open.
We're going to need to stop, though. Phil, I can't wait to see you Tuesday as we find out the final decisions being made on these guys. So I'll be looking for you, okay?
All right, Ronbo.
Thanks, Phil.
Yeah. It'll work itself out, as usual.
It always does.
All
Thanks,
right, man.
Phil.
Talk
Bye,
to you
Phil.
Bye.
Bye. Emilio. Oh.
What's happening?
Maybe you know what's happening, man. You got everybody, as we all do every year. We're gonna get surprises, and we're gonna see a lot of things that we knew was gonna happen. Maybe, man, pick out some spots on the roster where you know or do not know, or whatever you want to do. All right.
Oh man, I just keep hearing everybody complaining. We're gonna suck. We're gonna do this, but not do here. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is like, man, I haven't heard the team this bad. Or people complaining this much. It's
that offensive line has got people worried. If you watch that, you see the replay of that game, but like Pop said, we played 3 games in 12. I just need. I just don't want them to be like that porous. There was like turnstiles out there. Oh man!
I think I honestly do think we're gonna be fine. I think, like I told you the other day, I think it's just standing there blowing smoke in everybody's ear. I just don't. It just -1 or 2, -1 offensive line from last year. It's kind of the same team or better what Jimmy had.
Well, you think so? Because
they're
trying to call Alex Mack to get him to come back. Oh my God!
I don't know if that's true or not. That would, how fast that would have been reported if that was so true.
That is so scary.
You have that.
I mean, they're bringing offensive line in days before the cut. That's what?
Well, for most of us, we kind of knew we needed linemen. I don't know. Like I said, Shanahan also likes being stubborn, so that's nothing new either. And so if we fail this year and we don't make the playoffs, because at least we need to get to the playoffs with Trey, and if we don't, everybody's gonna start looking for Shanahan's head. So
that's
he
definitely
better
win.
He better at least get us to the playoffs with Trey. If he doesn't, he's gonna have a big problem on his hands.
Loud. Oh,
I say we can. I don't see why we can't, but
We just got to do 12 and
no,
5.
it's
What, didn't you predict 12 and 5?
No, I said 13.
13 and 4?
13
Yeah.
and 4.
That's right. 13-4 is the new 12 and 5. No, it's the 13-4 is 13. Because you could lose 4 and still win 13. You couldn't do that before. So you know what? Man. Ooh, the schedule, AFC West. If we can get through there, we're fine. We got to get through there though. Damn.
No, hey, I say we're gonna be fine. I just, like I said, I don't see why everybody's panicking. Everybody thinks. And the other thing I didn't say before, if Jimmy stays, it's not a big deal. It's just it would actually help Trey, honestly, because he's the one that's been out there. You got to look like Shanahan can teach him, but Jimmy can see stuff that Shanahan can't see on the field. So.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like I said before, even York had already said, yeah, it's fine if they keep him. So even if it's just till the trade deadline, it's
coming up. What
Trey
he's
would
got to
actually
do,
benefit
he's
from
got to
this.
tell him, look, Trey, when you're running around out there, don't be carrying that ball out there like a loaf of bread. Everybody calls it, because that dude almost knocked that ball out your hand when you were standing out there when you got past that end, got past and got it,
hand,
beat his elbow.
He didn't have no time to throw. I think with Trent being out there, at least with Trent, I think the line is going to do a lot better.
Good point.
That was just basically all our rookies out there. So I just do not see Trey not having no time to throw. You see, the first game he played, he had time to throw. He was able to read the field.
Way too much pressure, though. Yeah, it's Thursday night.
So this game was just like nobody was trying. It was either because everybody was tired or nobody honestly really cared.
How many games they played in that short length of time? I forgot about that. And if you're an offensive lineman carrying damn near 300 pounds and 300 pounds and over, hell yeah, you're tired. I mean, I forgot about that. So like I said, it was supposed to look like they did.
I still say, like I said, I was watching earlier that was it the Cleveland highlights and the Bears? That was Fields looks good, but yeah, he's not gonna be able to keep that up, especially not with our defense. He's not gonna be able to do all that. The Browns don't even look that good either on defense.
I gotta go watch that. Yeah, good call. Remind me.
Watch those. You're gonna be. It is impressive, but then you really think about it, like, yeah, he's not gonna be able to run around and be able to find space at that, especially not with Bosa and them running around trying to chase him. I said, yeah, no, I don't see that happening. I just don't.
That's the only thing he knows how to do, though.
With our corners getting out there. And you think about it, we just added Womack to this team. I just no. The defense is gonna, like I said, defense is gonna give us a lot of short field. That's gonna help out Trey a lot. So I don't see. I honestly do not see why Trey cannot succeed on this team. I just too hard to see him not.
And immediately the worst thing is everybody's already putting this on their calendar. Trey versus Justin, and I see here the boy, the fight's already being pay-per-view, damn near. I just come on, man, just don't start. Justin's got a year in the league already. Don't make that comparison.
Too bad it's not a prime time game.
I know.
It would have been perfect if that's what everybody wants.
I know, right?
It's an early 10 o'clock game. So, yeah. Like I said,
that's right. I got my excuses ready.
Honestly, like I said, we'll win. I really do think we're going to win NFC West. With the Rams, they're just one injury away from falling apart. The Cardinals, they're always too good, and they just end up playing like straight garbage in the end. And Seattle, oh my God!
Last year they didn't wait till the end.
Highlights earlier. I saw the Seattle highlights earlier. They're hot garbage. I said,
I was watching.
Wow!
I ain't missed one Seattle game yet.
Yeah.
They do not look like they're ready for prime time. No doubt about it.
They're horrible. They fumble the ball. They're all over the place.
They make a lot of strange plays.
That's sad.
But you know what? I mean, I ain't gonna be fooled by what I seen out there in preseason. Pete Carroll may have rehearsed looking that bad, so it's to fool people. I don't trust him.
Okay, put it like this.
Oh,
everybody's panic. Everybody's panicking on us. Everybody in here is panicking because, oh my gosh, we had one horrible game. Like, okay, it's the same thing. What we're looking at, what we're seeing on during preseason, what's the difference?
We're going to find out. That's why I can't wait for the next 2 weeks.
I know the people in the chat saying Fields is going to be great. And you look at people say, oh, I'm like, come on, it's the same scenario. It's preseason, people.
Our time is up. I'll see you Tuesday, and you bring that cool, calm demeanor that you've developed recently in here because we're going to need
No,
it.
like I said, I done told you before. You know me. When the team is horrible, I'm gonna say it loud and clear. This is it.
Right.
I'm just don't see how Trey cannot succeed. I just don't see how he can.
All right. Looking for you Tuesday. All right, man.
Yeah, you have a good night, sir.
You too. See, you mean it was cool these days. The man is so cool. I feel ice forming around the room. Harold Morillo. It's being mentioned that the 49ers will keep Jimmy G until the trade deadline. Harold, can you put a link? Have you got Twitter or anything like that? I need to read that. And who's the source on that? People would just be trying to get people all worked up. Marcus!
What's going on, Ronbo?
Confusion, Marcus, and fear, and anticipation, anxiety. It's a weird thing to go through these emotions as a 49er fan. This is why every year at the same time, and usually right around now, it's all fun and games during preseason out there working out. We're checking out what's going on in practice. Okay, 49ers, it's time. 53-man roster cutdown. Man, we going to keep Nate Sudfeld, Trey Sermon. Man, you ain't got no choice, Marcus. Those guys are going to get paid whether they stay or not, right? And then you look at several. Well, Marcus, let me hush. Look at this roster and tell me what you're going to do. You can't do the whole roster, but tell me, pick out your spots where they're bothering you the most or whatever the case is.
Okay. I watch other preseason football games, Ronbo, and I was watching the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah.
And I was looking at their backup quarterbacks because Lamar Jackson didn't play. But they two backup quarterbacks resemble Lamar Jackson. So if Lamar Jackson goes down, their offense don't never change. Them two backups they got, they do the same thing Lamar does.
That makes sense,
49ers the 49ers need to take note. You got a playmaker in Trey Lance, mobile, and then you go with Nate Sudfeld is slower than Cole Serb. Can't get out the pocket, can't do anything. So I will go with the rookie. So let's see if Trey goes down, you don't have to change your offense that much. If Nate gets in the game, we got to change that whole offense around because he's not mobile. And I just don't understand how Kyle Shanahan is this offensive guru, but won't draft offensive linemen that will fit his offense. And he needs to go go to the SEC, like LSU, Georgia, all them teams like that, Texas A&M, and get some good offensive linemen.
I know, right? I'd have my scouts. They would be all below the Mason-Dixon line. I don't need nobody camping out up here in the north, guys. I want you guys to spend the rest of your off season. I want you in Georgia. I got you in Bama. I got you here. I got you here. You got you here. You guys notice something about this map? Everything's below the Mason-Dixon. All right? I'm not looking at any northern ball players. They don't ever go through the same thing.
What's his name? Bedford?
Yeah.
He came from University of Texas at San Antonio. They don't have no competition. They don't play no top-notch competition. So this is like
I'd have one guy at Notre Dame, though.
Yeah.
I'd have one guy watching Notre Dame. They do somehow produce good offensive linemen, just about every year, at least one. So we'll see about that.
It's like the 49ers gave Trey Lance the keys to this franchise. So Trey Lance is a Lamborghini. Then you go with Nate Sudfeld, it's a Ford Taurus. Then you go with Brock. Brock is like a Ford Mustang. He's not a Lamborghini, but he's okay. But I will put Sudfeld on the practice squad. Won't nobody in the world pick him up. I don't know if they could or not, but I wouldn't put him on 53. He's just a wasted spot.
Yeah, Nate, Nate, he doesn't have to go to the 53 if he doesn't want to, from what I understand. And then on the 49ers they guaranteed him $2 million. I don't understand why. Okay, somebody said they did that in order to appease him for being loyal to them. I didn't even know he was offered a spot by any other team that he turned down, but that was part of that.
Yeah. But hey, I ain't gonna talk too much longer, Grandma, because we Texas. It's almost 12 o'clock in Texas.
Okay, all right, Marcus.
But I got two more things before I hang up. I got two more things. You got 3 East Texas players on the 49ers as we speak. It's like 20 miles, 30, 40 miles from me, like in this area. It's Williams, Trent Williams, JaMycal Hasty, and Jeff Wilson Jr. All of them from East Texas. They're all from the same little.
See, that tells you something right there. All three of those guys are definitely good ball players. So, yeah.
And the last thing before I hang up, Ronbo, I know people are going to probably get mad at me, but I don't care. Your wall back there, I would take Joe Montana down.
I didn't expect you to say that. No, why would you do that?
Because I will put the best offensive player in 49er history and the best defensive player in 49er history. That would be Jerry Rice and Ronnie Lott.
Yeah, that's something to think about.
That's the best offensive player in history. It's got to be Jerry Rice. And your best defensive player ever was Ronnie Lott. So why don't you put them two up there?
That's a good point. Honestly, I need one white guy. I can't put two black guys up here.
Well,
I'm kidding. Listen, Marcus, I got to tell you, though. Joe Montana still won 4 Super Bowls and didn't have no help like Tom Brady. So, I don't know. Patrick Willis get into that conversation, too. I don't know. I do want Jerry Rice, though.
Put the White Clark. Put all three of them up there.
The whole wall just – you know what I could do? Start thinking about rolling through the wall and every show just sort of roll the camera past those guys. You gave me an idea. Okay.
Yeah, Romo, I watched the Chicago Bears game this weekend, and I just want everybody to know the rookie Fields looked good. He looked good, and we got to go in that game and put our feet on their throat. We can't go in there thinking Chicago is a weak team. They might not have a lot of weapons, but Fields is going to be a problem.
You know what, though?
He was very active. He's going to be a problem. So we got to go in there and put him down.
I'm just glad.
Go in there and show them.
We got to put them down. I'm just glad we don't have to go there in the wintertime. See, that may advantage Chicago. See, we're going in the warm weather. Ain't got no advantage now. Yeah, let's go. Marcus, I'll see you Tuesday.
Okay.
Right,
go Niners. Oh, yeah, before I leave, F the Cowboys, F Jerry Jones, and go Niners.
Good night, fam. Oh, God. You know, it's really funny, too, because Stephen A. Smith was over in Dallas like he does every year, and he was just talking about Cowboy fans like crazy. They was thinking about Jerry Jones liked Stephen A. Smith. That was hilarious. Stephen A. was just cutting up on the Cowboy fans. If you get a chance, watch First Take. And Stephen A., boy, and he's talking about moving to Irving, Texas. Can you imagine walking down the street to a Cowboy fan and you run into Stephen A. Smith? Stephen A. Smith's lying because he'd have to have a bodyguard with him at all time, 2 of them. Hey, one of the founding fathers of TNT, he is Trez out of Atlanta, GA. Trez.
Hold up, wait a minute, Ronbo, put some red on the finish.
Let's open it up as we speak. I'll sprinkle it around. Trez, this is good. I love when you come in during this kind of show when people are having opinions about who should stay and who should go. Trez, lay it on us.
I don't care who stays and goes, Ronbo. I don't. Yeah, we got to play a 53-man roster. Whoever's here, it's time to play football. That's all it is. Put up or shut up. I got a bone to pick with everybody, Ronbo. Okay. Let me ask you a question, Ronbo.
You want an installment?
Trey Lance. No. I don't need that's on my partner. That's on my partner. Shout out to the TNT family anyway. But Ronbo, let me ask you a question. Did Trey Lance go to the front office and say, "Hey, y'all need to give up 3 first-round picks for me in that draft"? Did they do that? Did he do that? Did he do that?
He did.
Did Trey go and do that? Did he go and talk to John? Did he go and talk to Kyle and say, "Hey, y'all need to give up 3 picks for me, because I'm the best thing smoking around here"? I don't think he did that, Ronbo.
I'm pretty sure he did.
So why is it that everybody want to hold him to the fire? The last preseason game we just played, people, oh man, he didn't do this, he didn't look like this, he didn't do that. Well, I'll tell you what, Ronbo. Let's do this. Did you see Mac Jones in his preseason game? The guy that they wanted, that they say Kyle wanted. Did you see Matt Jones? Matt Jones looked horrible. Matt Jones out there throwing interceptions. I mean, he looks like Jimmy G 2.5, non-mobile in the pocket. Just look horrible. So I'm sitting here like, okay, this is Trey first. This is his rookie season right here. This is the rookie season. We're gonna have our ups and downs with him. Be prepared. But it should be more up than down. I mean, I just don't understand people. Why they want to scrutinize every little single detail about Trey, okay? And quit with the Jimmy G. Jimmy, we have turned the page. This organization has turned the page. We love Jimmy. We love everything Jimmy did for this organization, but the page in the book is closed, and it's a new chapter. Leave that alone. I'm sick and tired of hearing that too. But what you want to add, Ronbo?
I was just taking it all in. You know, you know how that soap opera, as the world turns, as the 49ers turn. Trez, I do see some things that are going to be very upsetting. I like your point about Trey, though. Trey, he's a victim, like a lot of people every year, that a team gave up a lot of capital for to gain, and then they expect them to come in and just. I was trying to tell people this last year. And not in a different way than you did about as far as Trey's position in the draft. Because I said, you know what? Now he's been put under tremendous pressure through no fault of his own. And now also the pressure is, I'm worried about him. He's 22 years old. We've been going to the playoffs. We've been winning games. Normally, if everybody's healthy, or at least 80% of our roster's healthy, we're going to be in the conversation, right? So now he's got to keep that up. Because he's pretty much got all the same people out there, with the exception of a few that the 49ers are supposedly built around. And you know, you look at your Laker Thompson gone.
And this is what I want. But I'm saying, this is what I want people to understand, though. Trey is in his rookie season. I don't understand why y'all don't understand that. He's starting quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers. This is his first season. He only came in and played 2 spot games last year. That's not considered a season for a guy coming in. It's when you start taking reps, full-time reps, under center for the franchise that you're playing for. You are their starter. You have been announced as their starter, quarterback for that season. So this is his first season. Last year he set out, he learned. He didn't touch the field but twice, and them was spot games. So I don't know if people don't understand with that either. So, but like I said, it's going to be Trey,
I've had that conversation with people too. Now, a lot of folks are saying this: if he's not prepared to keep the team at the same level, then he should probably not be in there just yet. I think that is going to be what's going to be said at the end of the year.
Well, that's a little point right there, Ronbo. Let me tell you why I say that. Because how can you say that when the organization has already said he's our starter? I mean,
it's not his fault.
You're never going to turn the page?
Yeah, it's
you're
not
never going to turn the page? You're never going to put him on? You're never going to put him on the field? I mean, come on, that don't even make sense.
Trez, the point's probably this, that if you're winning and you're grooming a kid, you continue to groom him for as little. Put him out. What is the saying? Putting him out there too soon is worse than putting him out there too late. So we're going to wait and see, because we don't really know. Trey may be just fine, but it's just hard to tell just yet. So the concerns and worries are based pretty much on that. Now, if he comes out there and does the same thing with the Super Bowl ready team, nobody's going to say a word. They're going to be delighted. But the noise is going to get louder.
I agree with that point. I agree with that. But don't be on the praise bandwagon when we win it, and then he has one bad game. Oh man, look.
No, that's what we do though, Trez. You know,
I get sick of that though.
We've been doing that for years.
I get sick of it.
I mean, we could win 4 or 5 in a row and lose one. Oh my God, string him up right now. I said, you know what? That's just,
exactly.
Did you really think they're going to go 17-0 or 16-0? My God.
But let me tell you something, Ronbo. Do we play Miami this year? Are they on our schedule?
Yeah, we do.
I'm gonna tell you like this. Mike has the Miami Dolphins looking good. Did you see most of that there? Did you see most of it? That speed is back, Ronbo.
I'm not surprised.
That speed is back. I didn't understand I said that was a bad mistake.
That's who he
Let
is.
Mostert go. Yeah, but we shouldn't have did that. We shouldn't have did that. Mike got a lot of weapons over there.
Speed
And you
City.
see the play calling that? Did you see how he schemed that game up in
That's
that last
Mike McDaniel.
game?
I don't know why he's doing that, but that's Mike McDaniel.
Mike schemed that thing up nice. You know what I'm saying?
He needs to teach him.
Are we going to have somebody else to take Cal to the woodshed? One of his proteges do the same thing that the rest of them been doing?
And Mike doesn't care who sees him. Mike says, yeah, y'all can look at it all you want to. You can't do nothing about it. Go, Mike.
I'm trying to tell you.
I got to go back and watch that game. I've been watching all the games because I've been busy. But I want to see the Chicago game. And now that you pointed that out, I forgot about Mike McDaniel. I want to know what they look like. Tyreek Hill's already talking trash, Trey.
Mike down there scheming it up. Most of it looks good, man. So, look, I ain't going to hold you, Ronbo. Shout out to you. Shout out to production, you know what I'm saying? But, hey, let's stand behind our quarterback, man. Let's stand behind
we have to.
Start with the fan weather bulls. You know, come on, man. Come on. It's football time now. It's time to go.
Yeah.
And all that who stays, who goes, that doesn't even matter at this point. Whoever the 53-man roster is, it's the 53-man roster. We got to go. It's time to go.
True.
You know what I'm saying? 6 on the horizon, Ronbo. Let's do it.
There you go.
I'm out.
All right, Tress. Always good to hear from you, fam. Can't wait to hear from you again. Looking for you to chime in Tuesday if you got some time. All right, fam.
Okay.
Have a good night. There goes Trez. Trez ever since Red and Gold Radio. Trez one of the first guys I think I remember enjoying in the beginning. I'll tell you some stories, we don't have time right now. Hey, B Ham.
Ronbo, tell me about it.
Tell you, it's worrisome being a 49er fan right now, as you know, B-Ham, because we're going into the unknowns, like we're getting into a spaceship and flying into space. But you know what? We're gonna get a better idea of what to expect after week 1. People already talk about how good Justin Fields looks, and we're sitting up here worried about who's gonna make this roster. B-Ham, are you worried? Trez, ain't? Are you worried about this roster? And if you are, what part of the roster are you thinking?
I ain't worried. I'm finna break your pod screen right now, Ronbo. Breaking news.
All right.
Okay.
Yes.
The 49ers keep Jimmy Garoppolo.
You just made somebody throw something at
man.
Listen, BM, somebody already...
49ers keep Jimmy Garoppolo. They're going to get rid of Nate Sutfield. They're going to get rid of Nate Sutfield. I'm telling you now. And Purdy is going to go to the practice squad. You heard it here first. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, well, who else better to lead us, man, if the season is in doubt? You feel what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. I doubt that they keep Jimmy Garoppolo, man. I think
it's too expensive.
Yeah.
And BM, by the way, I want to add to that, though, real quick. So I saw an interview with Kyle Shanahan months ago, and he was talking about the financial situation, and the fact is that they couldn't keep Jimmy Garoppolo for some of those reasons as well. Some people think it's Jimmy Garoppolo is just the worst quarterback in football history, and we're getting rid of him right now. That is not what really happened. And in fact, the way Kyle talks, if he had it his way, I got a feeling Jimmy Garoppolo would still be on the team. But that's neither here nor there now. But go ahead.
Hey, but Jed also did an interview too, Ronbo, where he said Jimmy Garoppolo staying on the team is not going to hurt the team.
Yeah, he keeps saying that, doesn't he? I don't know why he keeps saying it, too. That tells...
You know what I'm saying? Who knows? I see it like this, man. They're going to have to hurry up and make a decision. But it wouldn't surprise me if you get that breaking news that they released Nate Sutfield, Brock Purdy to the practice squad, and Jimmy Garoppolo as number 2 quarterback with his contract. And his contract has been redone or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Something like that.
Hey, B-Ham,
man. Can you imagine how many other fans will come on your podcast
You know,
Oh my
it'd
God.
be mad as hell. You know, but what they might do with Jimmy is this, though. You know, some companies, as they're getting ready to change ownership or something like that, but the new ownership says they're going to keep certain people from the company as consultants. Jimmy G's going to be
Right.
a consultant. Yeah.
I mean, only reason I'm saying that, I mean, it's kind of a lot of double talking going on, Ronbo. Think about this. Earlier, Kyle said, we're going to pretty much be running the same thing as
we did
what
with
we
Jimmy.
have always done.
Yeah.
You feel me? So, what difference does it make if Jimmy don't have a playbook right now? You feel me?
I didn't think about that. He already knows what they're out there running now. He has new wrinkles every year, though, but probably not that much of a deviation from that.
And think about it. They're keeping him over there. He always is practicing alone. He's up there pretty much every day or however it's going. Every time I hear announcers say analyst talk, he's always at the facility. He's always throwing. Maybe they're still monitoring Jimmy. You feel what I'm saying?
Oh.
They keep a lot of stuff under our noses, and who knows?
Well, you know that's their people out there working with him, so yeah, they know exactly where he's at.
Yeah, so I mean, it's a lot of unknown, but I would keep him if that came up over Nate Sutfield. If we could rework his contract and keep him over Nate Sutfield, I wouldn't have nothing, you know what I'm saying, against it. But I think we're gonna look good with the receivers. I think we're gonna look good with the running backs. Like the last caller said, yeah, we shouldn't have let Mostert go. Hey, look here, man. If you can go watch the highlights of that Philadelphia and Miami game. I'm gonna tell you this right here. A lot of people counted Tua Tagovailoa out. Hey, first play of the game, boom.
and I understand Tariq hauled it in, didn't he?
Yeah, first play of the game, Tyreek Hill, boom. You know what I'm saying?
BM, that's why the myth that Jimmy G can't throw the ball downfield. I'm telling you, I've been telling people, look, I've watched this college tape. Jimmy G does not have a weak arm. If you want to throw the ball downfield, Jimmy can throw it.
Man.
That's not what Kyle Shanahan wanted, and we saw the reason why somewhat yesterday. People don't want to admit it. Debo is not a deep threat, and Ayuk just got here. You know, this is like Jimmy's just not stupid. But,
There's two things, Ronbo, and I heard an announcer saying this during the game the other day. I didn't catch after really like the second half of the game, but they was talking about Danny Gray, and they were saying that one of the reasons he went late in the draft is because he got the dropsy.
Oh.
So I didn't
he
see
made a
the
couple of good
ending of the
catches
game.
so far.
Yeah, they say he just dropped a lot of passes. And I never really seen the kid, but I'm hoping he correct whatever. If he do got the dropsies, I'm hoping he correct that problem on the fly with the quickness. And the next thing, Ronbo, I think our team will really be complete if we get another 4-3 guy to go with him. You know what I'm saying?
And has hands. That's all I ask. I can't get a Devontae. That's asking for too much. I can't get a Tyreek. That's asking for too much. But just give me somebody nobody knows about.
I want you to pay attention, Ronbo, to those Miami Dolphins. They got Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill. I forgot who they are, and both of them run just about the same, the same speed.
And then they got Mostert.
Then they got Mostert. Then they got another good running back, and they got a nice tight end. So them boys gonna be nice.
And we got to play them. Yeah, we got to go though. Man, you on the road tonight?
Yeah, man, I'm in this rain right now in Indiana, man. Hey, I actually headed to Chicago, so I'm gonna go on up here and see if I can stoop around a little bit.
All right, I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna see you Tuesday, and we're gonna find out what's gonna happen here. All right.
All right, man. Be easy, man.
You too,
Appreciate
fam.
the job, man.
Yeah,
Thanks for
appreciate
what
you,
do.
fam. Night, Big Ham.
Night, Ronbo.
Hey, Big Ham. Hey, check out. Hey, Tony.
Hey, Ronbo.
Tony, can you tell like a lot of the conversation tonight? Everybody's on pins and needles. It's a scary situation we're in, and of course you got those individuals that are saying, Jimmy's staying. It's already been said he's not leaving until the trade deadline, and then September 9th. And then we got to get rid of that running back. We got to keep this guy. And can we get rid of Nate Sudfeld? We owe him money if we get rid of him. It's Tony, you've been taking all this stuff in. What are you thinking right about now?
If it's a Lynch pick, he's gone. If it's a Shanahan pick, he's staying.
Tony put it all in a nutshell right there. Good point.
Let me ask you a question, Rombo.
Okay.
With Jimmy G, let's keep stoking the fire. Why not? We'll have some fun.
We always do.
Who do you think Belichick rang? Do you think he rang Shanahan or do you think he rang John Lynch?
Oh.
When he decided
Shanahan.
to give Jimmy over to the 49ers.
Belichick and Shanahan are close.
No? I reckon he rang John Lynch.
Well, yeah, because Lynch is the one who told him, can we get Tom Brady? I remember that.
Well, put it this way. When we won the championship game, all right?
Yeah.
The first person that Jimmy walked up to and had a big, massive hug like they've been lovers forever was John Lynch.
That's true.
And then now, I think Shanahan's been saying he's not my man. He's not my man. He's not my man because he's never ever got his man, has he? Except for when he was with the Falcons, I suppose. I don't know if you could call it that.
Yeah.
And then if you go and look, there's a podcast with John Lynch, and they ask him the question, who decided to choose Trey Lance? All right? I like to dig into things deep as I can get.
Investigate them thoroughly.
Yeah. So this guy asked Lynch that question, and Lynch said, well, I let Kyle make the decision. And he went on to say, I said to Kyle, you're the coach. You're the one that's going to be calling the plays. It's your decision. So Lynch completely washed his hands from that decision. So if the shit hits the fan, he's going to say, hey, mate, I didn't pick him. He picked him.
that, Tony, that goes right along with the all of a sudden Mac Jones was in the mix versus Trey Lance. That Kyle denied that up until very recently concerns me. I don't know what to believe when he's talking anymore.
Well, there you go. So that I think Lynch said it found that opportunity and just put it out there to say, well, if anything happens, it's on tape because this is bigger than me and you and Lynch and there's owners of this team, right?
Yeah.
And what Jimmy left, all right, Jimmy's gone. Like Tress said, I'm going to have to turn that page. But what Jimmy left was 2 years, 1 Super Bowl, 2 championship games. That's what Shanahan's got to look at now with this guy. And the thing that scares me, and I've said it to you before, how long can Shanahan keep the locker room together, especially with these veteran guys that say, we're going to win it this year. No. We're going to win it next year. We're going to win it the year after until there's a mass exodus of all the
Nobody
good players.
resigns.
Like
Yeah.
Kittle goes to the Dolphins or something like that. You know what I mean? And all these people start following suit. Yeah. That's my main concern. Not
it would take 3 years for that erosion to take place. About 3.
Yeah, Shanahan's problem is Shanahan's problem. He's got to deal with it. He knows what he's got to deal with because Jimmy left him a template of what he could do, even when he was injured.
Yeah.
With a bad shoulder and a bad thumb or hand, whatever.
Yeah.
So he's up against it, and this time around, he picked the guy. So I hope he opens up the playbook and Trey flourishes and takes us to the promised land. Because if he doesn't even get us to a Super Bowl, well, technically, he's a bust.
Fail. You know, it's going to be. And my understanding is they're hoping that Trey, even within the system, can ad lib at times and make things happen. Which is they're saying Jimmy wouldn't because he followed orders and directions, and that was pretty much what he did. So you're right, though. This is the pressure that a lot of us, the elephant sitting in the room, people are saying, well, you know, Trey's a rookie. Yeah, but you know what? You just came off we're not a rebuilding team. We just came from a championship situation. So if he's going to take us past that little mark, fine. But if he's going to fall below it, there's going to be hell to pay at the end of the year. There's going to be those who continue to support the fact that we're having to make this change. But there's going to be those that are going to be saying, hell, you should have kept Jimmy if that's all we're going to do. You know that's coming. Now, fam, by the way, I'm not saying that because I know people, Ronbo, I'm not saying it, but you know that's what's coming. That's exactly what's
you
going to
don't
come.
have to say that because as fans too, what do you call him? York has to look at his business, Ronbo, right? Because like everybody knows, the faithful travel well, right? You guys know that. I don't because I'm on the other side of the planet. But they travel. Now, if we go into another slump, all right, well then Jed York's business is going to go down the shitter. And as much as we hate to say it, it's not about business. It's about big business.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
And you got to make calculating moves.
There's pride
they
in there
better be right
as well.
Yeah.
But like I said, I'm hoping that this year the defense, the secondary, the linebackers are going to come in. They're going to shorten up the field, like Emilio said, and help this kid. Give him short fields and I believe that he's going to be rusty for the first 2 or 3 games, maybe, but he'll grow into those
Tony,
shoes. He'll grow into them.
It's going to be what defenses throw at Trey because I don't know if they've seen enough on tape yet to figure out what they want to do, but that's going to be the thing. But Tony, it's always fun talking to you. Our clock runs out like quick. We're going to see you Tuesday.
Ronbo, can I leave with one more question?
Okay.
Quickly, if
yes.
they want to keep Jimmy G to the trade deadline, do they have to give him a roster spot?
Yeah. He'd be on the team. And they'd have to pay him the full amount of money, making it even more difficult to trade him. So I don't see that happening.
Because
really.
they can release him on September 10th. But if they keep him until then, do they have to give him a roster
spot?
No.
As long as he's out of here before September 10th, the 49ers owe him nothing.
Okay.
So, yeah. Tony?
All right.
It's been fun.
Shout out to everyone and see you in the next chapter.
Can't wait, Tony. Tuesday's a day. This is going to be interesting. Woo. All right, fam.
Cheers, brother.
Hey, cheers, Tony. And E, come on, and E. E.
What's going on?
Hey, we're looking at this roster, and you know what's so funny, because those of us who have been paying attention to the preseason games, we've already got the people we're throwing out of here. Pick a few units, because we don't have time to go through the whole 53, but pick a few units or whatever, and tell me what you think. What are you going to do with them? Everybody's favorite seems to be the offensive line and the running backs, and the corners. What are you thinking?
You got to do a little. I mean, it's going to be a fun work thing. Don't give me a line what's going to be done. It's going to be something. I think we're going to pick up like 2 offensive linemen later on after they start getting, waived or cut.
After we start getting smoked. Hey, that's too late. Oh.
After we get, when they get cut from a different team, we're going to start trying them to see if they fit. Our line's going to be better when Trent and McKenzie, when all 5 of them get together. I didn't think Williams played the whole preseason. He didn't play last game, right?
Yeah. Yeah, Trent. In fact, Trent Williams came into the NFCCG with a broke foot. That's the only. I swear to God, injuries. That is why we lost to the Rams. They won by 3 points. I got Jimmy out there with a shoulder and a hand. I got the best tackle in the league, dragging his foot up and down the field, and they still only managed to beat us by 3. Kowalski T.
Injuries do it all the time.
Yeah. And that's why
But
you win the Super Bowl, you usually have to be healthy.
Though.
Huh?
Oh, I wanted to ask you something. I was thinking about something because I was looking at it and I was playing. If we make the playoffs, who will have a younger quarterback than us in the playoffs?
Nobody.
In the NFC? Nobody, right?
There's no.
So we got to really kind of
Trey's
think
youngest
about
in the
that
league,
one.
isn't he? I think.
I
Even
think
now.
so. That's how I kind of, yeah. So we got to understand we're going to have the youngest quarterback in the playoffs probably running our team. So we got to kind of want good, but we got to kind of, you know what I mean? We know progress needs to be done.
He should be, if we get to the playoffs, when we get to the playoffs, he should be pretty adept at what's going on. I think the nerves will be gone. The confidence will be up. Yeah.
Because everybody say, is he going to win MVP? It's too many.
Well,
we got too many names ahead of us.
I don't know about MVP. That's the last going to
Yeah, Allen, Wilson, Brady. We got too many. Lamar, too many people up there ahead of him already. Yeah. And he's still with him.
You got to pump the brake on that a little bit. But you know what would be nice, though? Because, I think Kyle's going to protect him. I think Kyle's going to do everything he can to keep Trey very strong and don't ask him to go beyond his limit. And he's got to have one for a little bit. Yeah.
Correct. That's exactly the thing we should be doing.
Yeah. Because by all purposes, he's still a rookie.
Let him do what he like to do, and keep it going. Like we gotta learn. Like he gonna learn. I ain't gonna say Trey, but rookies. You learn 30 plays the first 2 months, 30 plays or 60 plays the next 3 months or whatever. Progress.
You mean throwing the ball or learning plays? Throwing the ball.
Learning plays and just in general, just learning. Just not just him.
Yeah, he'll be Russell Wilson like Russell Wilson was his first couple of years. Russell Wilson was all about the Legion of Boom, right? And then Wilson, as they gradually left, Wilson took over the team. But I think that's what we're going to be about for a while.
Because I think defense will be tough.
Oh, yeah.
I think they're already going to be tough.
Yeah.
Did you see 2 games I heard you talk about? What's face? Chicago looked good. And
I didn't even want to hear that. Chicago looking good. Well, you know what? It's preseason. Let's see. And the Dolphins. Mike's out there running plays and scheming.
Yeah.
Whoa, Jesus,
not
Mike.
A joke. It's going to be a good season. A real good season.
Yeah.
I'm trying to say one more team with just was amazing me. Like, wow, they showing them like, New Orleans.
Yeah. If that
Winston, like I think,
wide receiver,
that 30 and 30.
Yeah. If that receiver gets healthy, they're going to be difficult to deal with. Winston has gotten. I don't know. You know what? I need to see Winston. Is he looking good? Did you see it? I haven't watched all that yet.
He did good.
He looked good.
He did good. He did. So that's why I like. They looked real good. They was moving. They was running. They did anything they wanted to do. So I said, these boys are going to be a problem.
Well, hey, what happened to what's his name? What's that running back that beat that man so bad and got busted for it earlier this year? Is he out there?
He said, beat that man so bad. I'm trying to think about it.
New Orleans Saints, Pro Bowl running back. Oh, wow. Damn, I don't know his name. Huh?
Alvin Kamara?
Alvin, yeah. Is he out there?
Yeah, he was out there.
Oh, so he's not. The league didn't. Oh, well, you can play preseason. Is he going to have to do some suspension?
I don't even know. I didn't hear nothing about that. He beat somebody up.
Alvin Kamara beat a man. They showed him. The man looked like he was beat by 20 people. Kamara must have completely lost his mind in that fight. God, Jesus.
That duck and dodge, homeboy. Duck and dodge.
Or learn how to run. Jesus Christ. What did he do to Alvin?
Mike Tyson?
But I think he's. You know what? Has anybody heard about Alvin being punished about that? I don't know that he's going to get any trouble. He has to. You can't beat a man like that and just the league says, that's fine with us. They're not going to do that. Well,
what it is.
Anyway.
Person got to press charges.
What if he's a New Orleans Saints fan? Would that be special? He's a Saints fan, and he says, I was out of line. I deserve this beating. Don't press no charges on Alvin Kamara. I'm dependent on him to win some ball games. Wouldn't that be
I want to
special?
see what's going to happen with our boy Frank Gore.
I know nothing's been said about that after that day. TMZ reported it. It's been quiet.
I'm happy.
I am too. I love Frank. And whatever he did, there must be a good reason. No, there's no good reason for that. You cannot abuse women.
That's what I was thinking of.
I know, but
it must be a good reason that he did all that. Like, I mean, not saying that he needed to do it, but
some of these guys,
something happened.
They got hit first. So I think some women, they fire off into a dude's face so fast that he gets mad without thinking. You know, I don't know. You just got to keep yourself out of those situations.
You never know until you see it. That's what we were talking about, the Ray Rice one. And our girl was arguing about the Ray Rice one. Oh, he drugged her this way. Now I said she hit him first, and he's just kind of carrying her out the thing.
You know, you got to avoid it. But if you're just holding your eye because you just got hit, you don't care who hits you. You get mad. We got to go, though, fam. I'll be seeing you.
See, what's that, Tuesday, right?
Tuesday, yeah.
53-man roster, man. I mean, Niners Nation, let's all be faithful. If we start off slow, let's keep our faith, and we're gonna end good. Trust and believe that.
Got to. All
right, let's have all faith. Ronbo and everybody, production, big ups.
Thanks, E. Have a great night, fam.
See you Tuesday.
Looking forward to it. All right. Oh, by the way, fam, anybody don't misconstrue me. I was not advocating punching no woman back. I just said sometimes when you get hit, you may do something stupid immediately thereafter. And I'm thinking that possibly happens on occasion, but still, whenever you got hit, kicked, or whatever, lay down and suck it up, because you're not going to get up and hurt that woman. That's what I'm saying. But I'm saying sometimes some guys' reflexes, as a football player, I can see where that could probably happen. You explode, it's a reflex, but you got to be careful. Hey, Casey. Bobo, is that what happened? Oh my God! I didn't know that. That's extreme. Casey, as you know, and I'm not excusing Frank for that by any stretch of the imagination. Casey, as you know, we got the 53 coming up here, and you know, Brunskill is. I thought about you when I was reading about Brunskill, and I laughed. But
my God.
Every time I read about Brunskill, now the first thing I think about is Casey. Casey. Pick out your unit. You can't go through the whole 53, but pick out a unit where you just as soon not lose a per player. You want to make sure that you hold on to anybody. Anything like that going through your mind, or any other subject you want to deal with?
You know, Rumbo, I think looking at the offensive line is key, obviously, and then after that, running backs. And I think Jeff Wilson is the key. You know, he's really the only veteran running back they have right now. I wish he changed his number back to 31. I think he's more of a 31. And, you know, I think they need a big year out of Elijah and Jeff for them to have, to make it easy for Trey and everyone else.
Well, you know, Trey Sermon wants to play. I mean, what are you going to do?
Well, I mean, I'm going to keep him off the field, Rumbo. You know, I thought it was funny when Phil said.
See, that's what I'm trying to tell Papa Dragon. You know, I want the best guy out there carrying the ball. I don't care where he got drafted.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that he hasn't had a chance to, you know, really get it going. I mean, he did good in college, but obviously it's different. He had, I think, I don't know, a different scheme or bigger holes in college or something. I don't know. But he doesn't really hit the hole very well from what I've seen.
It's at Ohio State offense. I got to watch them to see why running backs coming out of there, with the exception of Zeke.
When they drafted him, I thought he looked like Adrian Peterson when they drafted him.
Oh, he did.
I was pretty excited, but he just.
I know. I heard it too.
He just doesn't hit the hole very well.
I says, man, those guys.
But when my man Phil said the practice squad is almost like, when he said the practice squad is almost like being on the team, I thought that was so funny, Ronbo.
Well, you know, nowadays it is though, Casey, because
and then but especially with the 49ers because of their injury history, and because then he also said Kyle goes through running backs, and when he said that, I just pictured Kyle with like Kyle on the sideline with like no emotion. You know, he just didn't see the play. Kyle, that's really how it is with this team. You know, like in the later stages of this year, they're going to draft. They're going to pull up a no-name running back that we've never heard of, and he's going to be on the team, and he's going to run great.
Casey, even if we had Derrick
that's
Henry,
how it works on this team.
I know, because we just go through running. I don't know, is it Kyle's system? Or, even if we had Derrick Henry, he'd be stretched out by now. And that's the scariest running back I've ever seen in my life. And so, you know, I don't know what we do that these guys get hurt so much, but you got to have 6 running backs. Kyle needs 6 running backs. 4 for the regular season and 2 in reserve.
Speaking of Alvin Kamara, Ronbo, I wish they had Alvin Kamara. He's one of my favorite players to watch. There's
don't
that
piss
one
him
run
off.
where he like I know, right? But this is one run where he got this screen pass and he runs down the field and he just like slowly like kind of jogged down the field. It was just so amazing to watch.
I know, right? You're right. He does do that, and it's like he's looking for that hole. Him and what's his name from the Steelers? They got that slow movement, but you can't grab him. Marcus Allen, Steelers running back. And also, Kamara does do that. They seem to be trotting along, looking for a place to duck in. And when they do, boom, that's a gift. Every running back's out born with that.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's kind of funny to like talk about like his patience and, you know, like call him being a superpower, like they say, and then, you know, with everything that we talked about before that tonight with the fight, but you know, some players that do that, like Russell Wilson does that really well, like stays calm under pressure and stuff, and that's always like really cool to see a player like be almost like a split second ahead of the game.
Yeah, it's an amazing thing to watch.
I also thought it was really funny when Tony said that technically Trey would be a bust if he doesn't get to the Super Bowl, which is true. You know,
isn't it scary? Because we've already went to that line with what we were doing before.
Yeah.
This is why I said, you know, this is really Trey's coming into a situation where the pressure is incredible. He's picked number 3 in the draft. He's replacing the team's quarterback that just came out of the NFCCG. That's why I said at the end of the season, you know, how many quarterbacks get thrown off a team making it that far? We're very special in that regard, right? So the thing is, though, that sets the table for the next kid that's coming in. Unfortunately, he's a rookie. Wow. And if he doesn't make it, then here comes the noise. Because he got some unsympathetic, insensitive fans out there. They don't give a rat's ass about the situation. They're just going to look at it for what it is and start talking major trash. So I really worry about him.
Yeah, and that was a great point that I forget what caller called in and said that, like, did Trey make the 49ers trade the picks for him? Which really does show like how much the 49ers that really shows how much the Niners do believe in Trey.
Well, and that also,
you know, it's not like they have
any higher. They tried to draft lower, but everybody said, no, we don't want to trade. And they got to Miami. Miami's got 39, 40 million first-round picks. Niners, what do you want to give us? Well, we give you a first-round pick, and our pick will switch. You know that's not going to work. Give me 2 first-rounders. We'll make the switch with your pick this year and call it a day. Oh, really? You want them or not? Okay. And that's the way that negotiation went.
Yeah, well, you know, it's not like Trey has the offensive line like at the Harbaugh era.
See?
So it's really gonna come down to Trent Williams and McGlinchey and my boy Brunskill and you know, maybe if they can get Alex Mack back somehow, or you know, I don't think that'll happen, but
no, exactly.
Yeah, but Burford looks good, and really, I think Trent being on the team for so long is starting to really show with other players. So
good because he's got to tell those guys how to play. My God.
Yeah.
Oh, scary stuff.
So Rumble, I think I'm gonna mosey on out of here, and I think it's time to get a Jeff Garcia fathead. That'd be my vote.
There's another candidate.
Yeah. I grew up with Jeff Garcia playing the Rams every Sunday. Rams
Jeff the
third every Sunday.
Third best quarterback we got, I think. Isn't that Jeff?
I mean, he's definitely up there.
Anyway.
I mean, I'd put him in the top 5.
Yeah. All right.
I think Kaepernick was pretty underrated.
Cap
Kaepernick
either
might
come.
be a notch
You know
above
what?
Jeff,
It's
actually, in my book.
Jeff.
I don't know.
I think it's one Joe. Steve's two.
And then Steve. I mean,
Jeff,
Steve could honestly even be number one to me, Rumble. I mean, Steve
maybe, but
led
you know
the
what?
league for 6 years in a row.
But you know what? They put Jimmy in there ahead of Cap due to production. But anyway, I tell you, Casey, I'm gonna go ahead and see you after the cut and see what you're thinking about that. All right.
Right on. Sounds good, Ronbo. Thanks for being here.
Always a pleasure.
I'll Rumble later. Thanks,
fam. Night. And do we see something over here? No. Steven in Rome. Steven.
What's up, Ronbo?
Oh, I thought you were trying to be quiet because Rome was asleep.
No. I'm feeding him right now. He's just
those sessions are always fun. You're sitting there holding him. Shh. Actually, well, you probably already know. You're supposed to act normal around newborn babies, and so they can get used to racket. Whatever level of noise you're normally keeping, keep it up, and the baby will adjust. Of course, not in my house. Babies were like running out, and they couldn't even walk yet because it was so rackety. Oh God, what is this place they brought me to? And who is that idiot? Steve, look, hey, we got the roster coming up on Tuesday. It is Roby's awake. We got the pickup. Steve, is there anything that you find particularly worrisome or something you're really excited about or anything on the 53 that you'd want to touch upon? Because we can't go through the whole 53, but pick your spots.
Well, it depends. I mean, I have a question for you. You want me to start some stuff, make some comments for the end of the night?
Oh, yeah, whatever you want to do.
Yeah,
it's your call. Whatever.
Oh, shit.
Well,
Well, I'm going to go ahead and start some stuff. So I don't think Trey is going to be with the 53-man roster. What I think they're going to do is they're going to relegate him to the practice squad, put him on waivers, and then someone's going to pick him up. They're going to do the exact same thing they did with Leon O'Shawn O'Neal. That's exactly what's going to happen to him.
Wait, Steve, you forgot to specify which Trey. We got two, remember? What? Trey Sermon?
Oh, Trey Sermon.
Yeah.
Oh, but thank you for reminding me about our QB. Now, let me go ahead and address the elephant in the room.
Oh, no.
So, because I didn't really get a chance to touch up on it on Sunday's game. Everyone's saying, oh, he's a rookie, he didn't play, blah, 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 blah. They're talking all that shit, whatever, who cares? He did good against the Texans in the regular season. He couldn't hack it against the Texans in the preseason. And for everyone saying, oh, he doesn't have an offensive line, a starting offensive line, I think it's kind of messed up that we're going to go ahead and give him the benefit of the doubt when our draft QB, Mr. Irrelevant, Brock Purdy was doing a lot better, and Nate Sudfeld was doing just as good, if not better than what Trey was doing. Now, I could easily say, oh, maybe it's because the Texans started their D1 line, but really, in reality, Brock Purdy had the worst offensive line, barely any weapons on the field, and was still moving chains farther than Trey Lance. And if we're going into the regular season and he still has those nerves about playing in the NFL, then we definitely made a mistake on that roster. That's honest to God opinion. But if we're talking about who's getting cut,
yeah. But I just want to say, you Big Show. You've been talking to Big Show, haven't you? He told you to say those things.
Hey, no, I'm keeping it 100. I'm keeping it 100. But honestly, I want Trey to do good. But let's go ahead and address the elephant in the room. That game, him playing the way he played under a better offensive line than his backups did.
May I respectfully jump in this?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
The only point I'm going to make, is the rod.
Oh,
the only point I want to make is this, brother. I respect your opinion, but you can't really make the comparison to when Trey played, because when Brock Purdy was in, he wasn't in with the first unit. He was out there with the third unit. So it's not the same comparison. It's not the same level of experience either. That's all I wanted to say.
All right. And appreciate you.
I can agree with that, yeah.
Keeping up with the rule there, Rod. Appreciate you, Phil. All right, go ahead and address that, Steve.
Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and address it. The thing is that he looks scared. At an NFL playing level, he looks scared. His offensive line was collapsing. He didn't know what to do. And that's alarming to me. That's alarming to me because it's against the Texans, first of all. a team that he was comfortable in beating in the regular season, midway through, and then now we're playing him in the preseason, and he kind of struggled. And you can kind of tell when he got hit, when he got sacked, he was a whole different type of trade. Whole different type
Steve,
of trade. Missing passes.
I just want to add this to that. You know what really worries you about that? This is also going on in practice. And I'm starting to get. This is how you ruin a quarterback, though. It's like Cap. When Cap's eyes start dropping instead of looking downfield because he was in fear of being hit. Now, Trey did get sacked once by the Texans, and he's probably. I've been telling people, you know what? And Ronbo, you should like Trey. No, I want him to succeed. I don't want him to go through getting his brains beat out in practice, and then we play a practice game. Where's his confidence time? This is the thing I'm most concerned about right now. Because if his eyes are dropping and he's watching the offensive line, we're going to have a real problem, or defensive line coming at him.
Yeah, that's my main issue. I think what happened is he got kind of comfortable having Trent Williams on that left side during practice and knowing it doesn't matter. I got the highest graded, offensive lineman on my team on the left side. I'll just shift to the left. If you ever noticed that when he was playing, he wasn't really shifting to the right more. He was shifting to the left.
And can you blame him?
I don't want to blame him.
Scary if those guys, especially those guys trying to get a job. They're coming around there at 100 miles an hour. Damn.
Oh yeah. And then I'm just glad, he came out okay, and he didn't get that same welcome to the NFL hit Justin Fields did. Justin Fields took that hit like a champ.
He got those
and that's
last
something
year
that I'm like, damn, bro.
It's rough out there as a quarterback. That's the most vulnerable spot on the field. Oh, man.
I'm going to be honest, outside of the not the QB room, outside of the running back room, Ronbo, I don't know who is going to get cut. That's the thing. I don't know who's going to get cut because our backups look a little iffy. Spencer Burford, he looked a little shaky too. Aaron Banks, I didn't really see too much production out of him. So it's like, man, it's going to be tough. I'm not going to nitpick, but in reality, the person that I think is going to get cut automatically or either sent to the practice squad is going to be Trey Sermon. And then JaMycal Hasty obviously is going to keep his spot.
I ain't mad at you, Trey Sermon.
But Jordan Mason is who I'm concerned about too, Ronbo, because I love Jordan Mason. I think the 49er faithful love them some Jordan Mason. So whoever is going to get bumped off that squad, Ronbo, is going to be from Jordan Mason.
Yeah, Jordan looks like he's got heart, and he's got a little better idea of what a running back's supposed to be doing. Trey's still dancing around. Trey, get your bat, get your ass to the hole. Oh, no. Okay. Kyle's still saying good things about him, though, which is worrisome. Well, okay, we'll find out. We'll find out Tuesday.
We'll find out. We always got to remember 49ers are always good at leading us down the wrong path, giving us one thing and then doing a whole different other. Yeah. So they're really good at that. They've been doing it since day one. So we'll see.
Yes, we will. All right, fam. I'll see you Tuesday. Can't wait for the results. Man, maybe people are going to be getting out of bed at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. Burnham's been cut yet? No. All right, go back to bed. I'll see
Wake up with the cold sweats and everything.
Night, Steve. Rome. You guys have a great night.
You too.
And yes, indeed. And let's get him on in here with the welcome he always enjoys. Rod, come on in, Rod. Make your case. Rod? You got him unmuted? Oh, Rod. I don't know how to get Rod it. Roll Tide. There he is. Rod.
What's going on, Ronbo?
Rod, man, we're looking at this Tuesday. You know what, Rod? If I had to take a poll, let me ask you the question because I was going to take a poll. Do you? I almost did a show on it yesterday. Do you keep Jordan Mason, or do you put Trey Sermon on the IR since he's got a bruised knee or the pup, and you want to look more at Jordan Mason to see because JaMycal Hasty, as far as I'm concerned, has actually earned a job. But Rod, what are you thinking? And then get to the 53 for as much time as you have here.
I told you a long time ago. I'm not even big on Ohio State running backs. Trey got to go. Trey Sermon. He got to go. And I mean, to be honest with you, I think if Bobby Turner was in the mix, he'd say keep Jordan Mason because, that's what we do anyway. We bring guys that aren't drafted and, make
turn them into
lemons
gems.
and lemonade. So, but as far as that 53-man roster thing, man, I mean, like I said, that's my biggest one. The other one, I mean, to be honest with you, bro, I'm tired of the Jimmy conversation too, but dude made a point. York went out and pretty much campaigned for Jimmy. It might be
kind of
right.
Campaign's the right word.
The only thing I'm saying, yeah, man. The only thing I'm saying to the Empire is just prepare yourself. Don't lie to yourself. Just prepare yourself.
I know, because they come up with a surprise every year, and this would be the biggest surprise of all time. I said, y'all got that kind of money to throw around, huh? I'm shocked.
Yeah. And to be honest, as far as the offense goes, as far as the offensive line, I think that, one thing about Kyle Shanahan is this. Think about Major Nelson on I Dream of Jeannie. Every time it looked like we got him, Jeannie always blink her eye and get him out the shit. Kyle got some of the strangest luck in the world, man, when it comes to being able to pull off injuries and still get production out of guys. Now, I mean, he has had his moments like during the I forgot the Nick Mullins era and the C.J. Beathard era. I mean, we know about that, but you just think about last season when we went, I think, what was it, 2-3 at the beginning, and we just completely turned it around.
Well, it was worse than that. Streak. What 3 and we got to
2-5.
Were we 3-5? 2 or 3-5? 3-5. I think 3-5. And I thought it was all over but the shout. I really did. And yeah, like you said, they pulled it out.
And I mean, just let me make the point. Us as Niner fans, a lot of us, including myself, have been unfair to Kyle because we haven't been in the office to see the conversations between he, Lynch, York, and Parag. But I mean, to be honest with you, one thing that we can say consistently is that Kyle already knew who he wanted to be his quarterback. Let's just be real. That was Kirk Cousins. Okay, it looked like in the beginning he was demonstrating his patience, but we was losing. I think that the front office was more concerned about the morale and trying to keep the fans engaged, so they made the pull for Jimmy.
Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, that and let's to their credit, it was a good move at the time. So as far as cutting the running back again, Trey Sermon, just keep this in mind. They already cut Joe Williams, and that was the guy that Kyle coveted, and they drafted him in the 4th round out of Utah.
Yeah.
So I don't think Kyle has.
And I like him way better than Trey Sermon. He just fumbled too much.
Kyle doesn't have the patience for running backs that can't get it done. I mean, even look at Breida. Breida's gone because of the fumble problem. Kyle is real big on his running backs. He's real picky about his running backs.
Yeah, Carlos Hyde, 1 year. Okay, Carlos, thank you, and good night.
I'll let you. Man,
You're right. Kyle does not have patience with his running backs. Either do the job, but he's talking nice about Trey Sermon. He does that all the time, though. He'll never say anything bad about anybody, and don't expect him to either. Actually, I don't know why. It's nothing unusual.
And I'm gonna tell you this last point I'll make because I know we've been talking for a minute, but what I see in Nate Sutfield, and I could be wrong. I stand corrected if I'm wrong, but he looks like a guy that could be a potential future quarterback coach for Kyle. Kyle, he got his funny ways about he go about picking guys.
Yeah.
I mean, just think about it, man. Like, the only thing he's doing is basically holding the clipboard or, pretty much, I think he got, 2 drives?
Yeah. And last year they loved him because he gave Trey financial knowledge about the NFL. And they talked about it like he was just really doing a great job. I said, what is that? Really? There's people out there more qualified to give Trey information on that subject than Nate Sudfeld. Why do we make a big deal of that?
Because we Niner fans, and that's what we do.
Just tell us anything.
You know.
Oh, God.
But to be honest, man, I'm looking forward to this season. But I really think that it's going to be a work in progress. It's not going to be like last season, but I do think we'll see the differences and understand more why Kyle decided to go with the kid as far as the selection. And, you know, organizations that win championships don't make decisions like trading away the future and, you know, doing it for a guy that they haven't done their research in. So, I mean, that's not to say that Trey's going to win a Super Bowl, but I think that he did his due diligence on him, and I think he realized he made a big mistake when he had the opportunity to go after Mahomes or Watson and did nothing. So,
but you know what John's got to do? And all of them, stop saying we don't know what we have in this kid. I say, why do you guys keep saying that? That makes everybody wonder, well, why the hell did you pick him up then? Because like you just said, they should have done their due diligence and figured him all out. They say he's got a ceiling that's out of this world. So, I mean, okay, say that. But don't keep saying we don't know what we have. That could be taken for granted. We know we haven't seen him play yet, but don't be saying that because you're scaring people. So.
Yeah, and the thing that I think that really sold the organization on this guy more than anything, Ronbo, is even though he only played one season of college, the guy takes care of the football. He doesn't throw picks.
And hopefully that continues to be the case. Rod, we got to roll. And I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to look for you Tuesday when they make a decision. So we're going to say, and Rod, you can say things I knew that was going to happen. I'm going to be doing it to death if I'm right.
All right, Ron Bizzle. Let me get the shout out, bro.
You know it. For the ride. Hey, Rod. Always a pleasure to hear from you.
Hold it down, Ron Bizzle.
All right, fam. Have a great night. Ellis.
Yo.
Ellis, as you know, the subject matter tonight is
1 hour and 38 minutes later.
He should know it.
Shit, I fell asleep and woke up.
Well, but one thing you do know is, you know what? As I'm taking my survey tonight, Trey Sermon versus Jordan Mason. What you gonna do? Ain't nobody yet said, no, I'm taking Trey Sermon. Hey, oh, wait a minute. Wait, my bad. Jay told me and everybody else involved in the please don't get rid of Jordan Mason that no, he's not an advocate of keeping Trey, but Jordan Mason, come on, y'all, he ain't playing against nobody. That argument comes up every now and then with your favorite players out there. Jay, you know you ain't right, man. Boy, I can't wait to get back here Tuesday. If Trey Sermon is out on this team, Jay, don't you not miss calling there. But go ahead, Ellis. Oh, God.
I mean, you could say that about any undrafted. He's not playing against anybody as far as what? You mean like playing against second and third stringers?
Yep.
Is he talking about coming from the college he went to, or what was your reference?
Yeah, well, that's what he meant. I mean, when Mason came in, I thought Mason got into a few snaps, against first unit competition the other day, though. Because Trey went in there, they just divided those. I don't know. I'll go back and look at that game again. Because I want to be able to argue
Trey Sermon's
with intelligence about that. Because Trey Sermon is not outplaying Jordan Mason. But go ahead.
Yeah. You already know I'm not on the Trey. I'm not on the Trey Sermon train. I guess. I mean, I don't give a shit about the money. I'll put his ass on the practice squad. But I think Jordan Mason is going to get signed if he gets cut, and then they put him on the practice squad. He'll get picked up. Him and I think him over McCreary. I think we have a chance to be able to re-sign McCreary, and he doesn't get picked up.
Yeah.
Over
if you're going to make that
Mason.
Kind of move. Yeah, I agree.
Between the two, because I really feel like Jordan Mason's going to get picked up.
And that's the kind of skill position where that kid's going to come in. Running backs are born. I've always thought that. They're not ones who have to come in and work at their craft. That kid that can run the ball, that's his gift. You can't – Trey Sermon, I'm not trying to figure him out. Because that's just it. When he come here, he was supposed to be able to look a little bit like he looked in college. They're still doing the same thing. They're ducking, running between tackles. They're avoiding tackles. They're hard to bring down. Tyrion Davis-Price, he shows me all of that. That's what I'm saying, I'm waiting on him to develop. He's a running back.
Yeah, he played at Oklahoma with Ramondre Stevenson, who the Patriots picked up, and Ramondre Stevenson is way better than Trey Sermon. They kind of got like similar run styles, but Ramondre Stevenson, he's not doing all of the tiptoeing and shit. He's versatile. He'll dance around a little bit, but he'll go through the holes, straight through the holes. He likes contact. He makes plays. I really like him. I know, and I guess, but that was a season before, and Trey went to Ohio State or whatever later on. But that's what he was running with at Oklahoma, and they look good together. But anyway, I'm not doing the Trey Sermon thing. I think for some reason I still think he makes the team. Like I said, Kyle has to. That's my third round pick. I'm gonna hold on to him like he did Dante, like he did. What's his name? Who we forgot about?
That was
wide
Dante.
Receiver.
When they asked him about, did you know Dante only got 3 snaps today, Coach? Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to make sure that doesn't happen again. Kyle he's kind of a mean guy. And he can be very vindictive sometimes. He knows he didn't call Dante's number, and then he act like, I made a mistake.
He's an asshole. Kyle's an asshole.
He can be.
That's just what it is. We got to call it straight. But Dante wasn't looking too bad. He was catching. He caught some passes from Justin Fields. You know what I mean?
That's right. That's what I saw.
Dante's not looking. He's not looking too bad. I mean, he's in there getting reps. At least he's not at home on the couch.
Because I thought he was going to quit. I really did.
Yeah.
Because he's still.
And then the other guy that he kept, Jalen Hurd. Yeah, and then Jalen Hurd. You know what I'm saying? So he keeps people even when he shouldn't be keeping them. So I don't know what he's going to do, but I feel like Jordan Mason, like I say, gets picked up. McCreary will keep. Sutherland needs to get cut. Some other guys are going to get cut, obviously. The ones I really want to see make the team. Quantrez Knight, I've been hearing in and out about him. He'll probably get the practice squad, and then we'll end up picking him back up. I don't think anybody will snatch him. It'd be nice to have some more depth. I think he plays. I think he plays inside on on the cornerback position, from what I understand.
I think Womack and Quantrez are 1-2.
Yeah. So we're gonna need that depth. I'm just just in case, because we don't want to be having to have guys play out of position. We want the guys that are more familiar with it and that that got some that got some flair to them.
But Ellis,
play
I just
that
made a
position,
mistake.
so.
Your guy and mine, Demo is like on the depth chart. I believe right behind Womack, actually, for that slot cover or that particular spot.
Okay.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Demo's played good this year.
Yeah.
He played good last year.
Who are you talking about, Demo?
Yeah. I like Demo because he's like an underdog. But they like him from what all reports.
He's handy. He just needs to get his feet. He just needs to get his feet together a little bit, and I think he can play closer in. He just can't play outside well. He's getting his ass smoked all the damn time. It's when you get downfield, I mean, it's you got to be able to still be
foot speed now. Yep.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. But yeah, Quantrez, he'll get the practice squad. He won't get picked up, so that's good.
Yeah.
And we already got our linebackers sealed up, so that's pretty much going to be it. Offensive line, I don't think School makes the team, but he's been with us for a while, and Kyle likes to keep guys that are more familiar with the system and shit like that. He's got his own philosophy and reasons why he does what he does. So no matter what we're thinking about and why we're thinking about it, it's a good move. Kyle's gonna do his own thing. Just don't keep the flops, man.
Yeah, and also I don't want Trey Sermon running the ball when there's people could run the ball better than him. That's really a sore spot with me. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Anyway,
here we go, y'all. Strap up, y'all. We got, Heartbreak Hotel is on the way.
Ellis, I'll see you Tuesday. We're gonna find out what's gonna happen.
Yes, sir.
And who's going to the practice squad?
Yeah, it's all good. We're gonna get to it. Appreciate it, fam.
Thank you
for the platform.
Hey, thank you.
Shout out
to
to
that
the faithful.
squad.
Thank you, champ. And yeah, man, we'll see what happens, y'all. Stay locked in.
48 hours.
It's for life. All right,
Ellis. And we move over to Shabazz with them bean pies. And give me that. What is that fish they serve in Shabazz bakeries? It's a white fish. It's really light. Spice it up nice. Shabazz,
What's up, Ronbo?
You can tell when I'm hungry. I start talking about food. I'm already coming out of the Shabazz bakery with a bean pie. Shabazz, as you know, we're talking about that roster cut that's coming up here Tuesday. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking that Shanahan's got everything worked out. I'm thinking everybody needs to stay out of the panic mode, Ronbo. Everybody's always God bless and panicking, and that really bothers me. Everybody's talking about the Bears in the preseason.
Already. I already got pay-per-view.
You know what? I remember Steve Spurrier lit it up that year, the preseason. Like, Steve Spurrier came in, and the Commanders, that was formerly the Redskins, won every preseason game, and Steve Spurrier was scoring like 48 points a game. Preseason. Okay, do that in the regular season. Furthermore, to address everybody about how Brock Brady looks better than Trey Lance, you guys ever thought that Kyle Shanahan didn't call any play at all that would be in the best interest for Trey Lance?
Shabazz, you sound distant. I need more volume from you. Can you get closer to your mic or whatever, or to your phone?
I said, yeah. Hold on one second. I'm going to put my AirPod in, Ronbo.
Right.
How about?
And now it sounds really good. Go ahead.
Okay. So I said, yeah, have you ever thought that Shanahan didn't call any plays or put any plays on the plate that would make Lance look successful? He didn't want anything on tape. But again, I'm talking to a bunch of rocket scientists that are 49 fans because they know everything.
They all got C's and D's, though.
I'm like, come on, man. I told y'all how this preseason was going to go out from game one to the last game. I told y'all he's going to do a shot the first game. I told y'all the last game he's not putting nothing on tape. Don't look forward to nothing being on tape. Nothing at all will be on tape, guys. He's going to play this possum. He's not going to show his hand. Come on, man. Why is he going to show y'all anything in the preseason? The offense Trey Lance is going to run this year. Ain't nobody even seen. Nobody seen it. Nobody. Nobody. The defense maybe a little bit, but nobody else has seen
it. Yeah, because there's only one
what
way to play
he's putting
defense.
on tape. That's right. And we're going to be running the ball a whole lot. Like, what don't y'all get, man? Like, it's going to be handoff, defense. Defense is going to be putting Trey Lance in positions where he's got the ball, high turnovers, where he's going to have 2 or 3 plays and scoring. Like, man, y'all, 49 fans, I don't even sometimes, Ronbo. I call because you my guy.
Yeah. You know what? But the thing is, they did have the play action going on. But you know what? There's nothing about play action that they're not going to do anyway. So I guess that doesn't make any difference. So
right.
Yeah. It was just, but you're right though. There was no elaborate schemes going on for sure. So.
I mean, we be talking about a bunch of people that's rocket scientists, man. Like, come on, man. What are y'all thinking about, man?
But you know how we do. Every year people are in deep fear until game 1, game 2, game 3. And then as long as we're doing okay. The worst thing is, Shabazz, if we should open the season losing to Chicago, but Shabazz, you think you're putting up with a lot of people in your face talking crazy. Oh, we cannot lose to Justin Fields because for 2 reasons. First of all, it's Chicago. Number 2, it's Justin Fields. And you know a lot of people say, we should have picked up Justin Fields. Okay, see, this is, guys, we've got Trey Lance, okay? You need to, if you're a 49 fan, you need to support your quarterback. I'm gonna go in there. Justin Fields plays for
You
Chicago
took Trey
Bears.
Lance for a reason, man. Like, I don't even understand 49 fans, man. They just, like I said, sometimes they act like they're not the brightest souls on earth. For real.
Yeah.
We took Trey Lance because the man stays in the film room. He stays breaking down film. I ain't calling him quite Tom Brady, but come on, man. Like Shanahan know what he's doing.
Yeah.
Y'all calm down. Calm down. Calm the hell down. What is on y'all mind, man?
Fear.
You know, like what is on y'all mind? So when he come out week 1, I want all the ones just calling him a bust. Oh, he's a bust. You know what, Ronbo? I'm gonna just say it. They never talked about Alex Smith like that. They never talked about nobody else like that, except they talking that madness about Trey. Alex got 6 years. They made an excuse for him every year. He has 6 different offensive coordinators.
That is bad, though, Boss.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel bad
for
for
Alex. The same
Alex.
courtity you extended to Alex Smith.
Yeah.
Okay, because they didn't throw Alex in the trash like that.
And
Well,
Jabaz,
he hasn't had a consistent coach.
I'm already ready for that because I'm gonna say, look, here's number one. Trey needs at least 2.5 to 3 seconds to get rid of the ball. And from what I've seen, the ball came back to Trey the same time as the edge rusher did, the man up the middle, and everything else. I'm already concerned. My concern is not Trey as much as that offensive line. You can't have him, because I just got to talk about that. Trey gets abused in practice. Now he's getting abused in the field. At one point, he's 22. I don't want him exposed to the kind of, his confidence has got to stay high. I want him to be arrogant. I want him to be a little conceited. And that breeds a champion. Unfortunately, that's what it is. So they have to do something about that.
Champion? You know what else breeds a champion? Mike Tyson was an example of it. Just like in practice and just like the preseason. You need to get your ass kicked every now and then.
But not every day.
You know what made me tough, Ronbo? I came from the main streets of Chicago. I went in the military.
Did you grow up in Chicago?
I caught a couple bumps and bruises. Yeah.
I know about you.
You know the best thing ever happened to me, Ronbo, was I got hit in the mouth. That's good for you. That's why I told everybody, you don't want to win and keep winning. And I've said this years and years out in. I don't want no damn 16 in one season. Are y'all out of y'all mind? You need to get hit in the mouth to wake up. Just think of Brady and that undefeated season they had. Right. Would have lost to the Giants the end of the regular season. Then they would have beat them in the Super Bowl because you didn't get hit in the mouth.
I remember that.
I would never,
still
ever.
Can't get over that game.
I would never, ever want to go into a season. Yeah, we were winning, but I'm just Ronbo, you just got to get hit in the mouth every now and then. Shanahan is coaching this boy up, right? Psychologically, he had a bad preseason game. Now he's hungry.
The only thing that worries me is he didn't grow up in the mean streets of Chicago. He grew up in sheltered life. Because I know a ball player that played with me at Hartnell, JC and Salinas, that played. It was from Chicago, and Glover was scary. He used to tell people, hey man, don't. And he'd tell them, I'm from Chicago. He said, I'm from Chicago. We didn't know what that meant, being out in the West. We found out later. Glover was a hell of a ball player. And if something good went on the field, Glover was right there. But I can tell you stories about dudes I knew from Chicago. So I know. But Trey, I want him a little more sheltered out there so he can build up that callus mentally. We'll see, though. Like you say, though, Kyle's got him.
But, yeah, we'll see, Ronbo. But I'm telling you, everybody going to be surprised. I think y'all might get y'all pick and Mason Stan. I think you're going to put Sherman on IR. Sherman is going on IR. He ain't going to keep Trey Sherman. He ain't keep him on IR. A couple people are going to IR, and they ain't supposed to be on the team that he'll hide because he hides people on IR every year. But we're going to be okay. But I'm not in panic mode. I'm not going to be in panic mode unless we 1-5. But if we 4-1,
yeah.
Go ahead.
Don't go into panic mode there either.
Or 4-2,
yeah.
Calm down.
It is. You and Emilio are the guys that are keeping everybody under control. I love it. Suppose we got to go, though, fam. I'll see you Thursday, and we're going to find out what happens.
All right, Ronbo. I'll check in with you Thursday, man. Bang, bang, not a game.
Yeah, my dude. Shabazz. Night, fam.
Night.
And here he comes, that cowboy fan extraordinaire. It's Austin. Austin.
What's happening, wrong, goat?
Austin, I was nearly in tears laughing the other day because Stephen A. Smith came to Texas, and he brought the First Take crew in with him, and that's one of the funny. I thought I was watching a WWE match. All the shouting going on and trash talking. I said, what is this? They do this every year in Texas. Stephen A. Smith is saying everything bad about the fans that he can. And then Jerry Jones flies him in a helicopter. Now I see. Okay, see. And then Stephen A. is threatening to move to Irving, Texas, while Michael Irvin is sitting there going against him. That was a show in itself. Whether you watch a football game or not, First Take visiting Dallas. Did you see that?
Ronbo? Yes, I did. And I just have to laugh sometimes because Stephen A., he doesn't like us. We could go 15-1 this year.
Yeah.
Or excuse me, 15-2, and not say a peep, and he still won't like us.
No. He's gonna say You know what he talks about? Matter of fact, I don't have anything against the Dallas Cowboys. My best friends are Cowboy fans, and the city of Dallas is beautiful. This is a facility here that Jerry Jones has got up. It's immaculate, but them Cowboy fans. He go right on and on. They even brought one of the people who was in the stands crying after the 49ers Cowboys game last year. They had him in the room, and he was a nice sport about it. I was laughing and said, Cowboy fans are very nice, but if Stephen A. moves to Irving, Texas like he was threatening to do, he'll have to have a bodyguard and all kind of systems set up around his house to avoid death.
Ronbo, not all Cowboys fans are like me, Ronbo.
No.
Have a natural conversation with you.
That's why that whole situation with Stephen A. Smith, Jerry Jones, and the Cowboy fans is bizarre. But Austin, what do you think? What's on your mind tonight? You got anything you want to get off your chest?
Well, Ronbo, we got plenty of middle linebackers if y'all need any in San Francisco.
Well, that's one thing
we got
do.
Like six. We got six that we have to figure out because we got Van Der Esch, Anthony Barr, Micah Parsons. We got to figure out what we're going to do with all these people.
And by the way, Micah Parsons, also that same man, Stephen A. Smith. You talk about priority of excellence on your team. Stephen A. does not think Dak Prescott is a good quarterback. He thinks he's good, but he's not the most valuable guy in Dallas. Micah Parsons is. I'd love to get your feeling on that.
That's a loaded question, Ronbo. Because here's the thing, Ronbo.
Yeah.
Because Dak's the emotional leader. The season when he broke his ankle, God rest his soul, we sucked. We were in the dumpster. Andy Dalton was our backup. I have nothing against him, but he couldn't throw the ball to save his life. Zeke was fumbling. Our old line was just disintegrated. Our defense was giving up holes bigger than a bus lane.
Dalton was trying to get rid of the ball faster than he could get it snapped to him. I remember that. First time the Dallas Cowboys had an offensive line that bad in years. Go ahead.
It was one of the worst seasons I can ever remember being a Cowboys fan. And I've been a Cowboys fan since like 1995.
All right. You're hardcore. By now.
But Micah Parsons, he's got that dog in him though. Like last year, you seen it. He brought that defense to another level. That's just one of those, Ronbo. It just can't decide.
I was concerned. I was concerned about him. Because Trayvon Diggs. Which Diggs do you have?
Trayvon.
His name Trayvon Diggs. I was a little concerned with him too until the first quarter ended. But Mika, that's a good ball player. And that was his rookie year. What's he going to be like this year is the question. Oh, by the way.
I hope he improves.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, Ronbo, he can only get better. Yeah. I mean, Micah's already talking about he wants the sack record in year 2.
You know, if it makes you feel better, Rudy has put us in the same boat. See, here's the thing about Rams fans, and those of us with elite status, we can all form an alliance against the Rams, the Seahawks, and teams that have only won one trophy. Rudy says, yeah, well, you guys, Cowboy fans and 49er fans are in the same boat. You haven't won a damn thing or did diddly squat in 30 years. See, this is the thing, Rudy. You know, history has a thing. You can't talk when you don't have a legacy. Rudy, you don't have a legacy. You're out of line. You're looking up, saying things. Just know that. Boy, God.
And Ronbo, back to the thing about Dak and Micah, it'd be like asking you guys to pick between George Kittle and Fred Warner. Who's the heart and soul of that team?
That is scary. But we got to go, though. Hey, what? Just have I'll look forward to Tuesday. We're going to get everybody gets cut down on Tuesday. Well, we'll see you Tuesday.
All right. Off of my high horse. Go Cowboys, Ronbo.
There he gets stepping out of the saddle. Good night. Oh, God. Hey, Frank. Last time we caught Frank, he was in the middle of a sandwich. Hopefully hey, Frank.
What's up, Ronbo?
Frank, you know, we're sitting there going through what we think is going to happen to the roster. Is ready to go, has told everybody that Matt Stafford is better than Joe Montana ever was. You know, I got to give them credit. They say things that are so outrageous that my eye actually catches it, processes it, and normally you should just let those kind of really ludicrous statements go into one ear and out the other. Ready to go? Please go. Frank, I just want to address that. I'm done with it. All right. Go ahead.
What's up? Yeah, I wanted to really shout out to Trez and Shabazz, Ronbo. I really was going to piggyback off them. But maybe that's what I was going to come in and talk about, you know, I had to stop watching the media, Ronbo. When I say, you know, after that last preseason game, oh, man, everybody, all the
negativity.
He might be a bust. Cal, he might just start Jimmy G. Cal, I don't know, man.
That is definitely not
like
happening.
this. But then I'm like, when he played in Green Bay and threw that touchdown, then it was, you know, it was all, yeah, he the one. He the one. That's why they moved up three draft picks to get him. You know what I'm saying? I just had to stay a step away from the media, you know, real quick, Ron. But it's crazy, man. Just one preseason game, man. It's everything.
You're gonna have to stay away from them all year.
Look at all these teams. Look at all these teams showing their hand, Ronbo. Look at Chicago. I watched Chicago early today while I'm eating a fish sandwich, Ronbo. Watching Chicago.
I knew you was.
You know, yeah, look, I'm watching them. Yeah. Man, they look good. They out there, man. Down Justin Fields, you know, doing this thing looking good. And guess
everybody's talking about it.
Touchdown passes,
yeah.
Ronbo, guess who caught 2 touchdown passes, Ronbo?
Who was that? I haven't watched it yet.
Guess
oh, Dante Pettis. I heard about it. Dante.
Ronbo, Dante Pettis out there catching 2 touchdown passes, Ronbo. Look.
I heard one. I didn't know pulled in 2.
Yeah. Caught a nice little jam, 2 nice passes for a touchdown. Yeah, number 86. You know, he number 86. I started laughing. I thought about you. I said, wait till I talk to Ronbo tonight, man.
People have been talking about that. I didn't get the magnitude of it all. I heard about 1. I didn't know about 2. And then, hey, you know what? Then you got 2
touchdown passes.
And you got Tyreek Hill over there talking trash behind what they did. People think we go have some problems.
The thing with Tyreek Hill though. He gonna miss Patrick Mahomes, you know, because that first play there, two or through to Tyreek Hill, he could have been, you know, he could have led them. It could have been touchdown, but he jive underthrew it. His arm not that big, and Tyreek Hill had to jive stop a little bit to catch it, and you know, stop and catch it. So that's he gonna miss Mahomes, man.
Well, they're gonna need to work a little longer together because you know.
They're gonna work a little.
Because the whole thing.
Mahomes just to fling that jump, man.
Yeah.
You know, just to fling, just throw the ball like with ease.
Yeah, because the whole advantage.
You know,
Yeah, you don't want to take the advantage away from the receiver. If he's fast, then let him use his speed. But they'll figure it out.
Yeah, but you need that. Oh, yeah, hopefully they might. But that's all I wanted to, just really go back on what Sabas and Trez was saying.
Emilio
man,
too.
Just calm down, man. Yeah, even with the fans. That's just like I said, when I called on the last preseason game after the game, just everybody calm down, man. It don't count. We don't know the offense line going to look like that when week one starts. We don't know, though. We don't know what
we don't.
they're going to look like. We don't know.
Get ready, though, Frank.
Wait and see.
Get ready, though.
Just wait and see. That's all.
That's all you can do. But get ready, because the media is standing by waiting, because you know how they like to hurl stuff at us all the time. And from week one, even if we win, Trey has to look good, because otherwise, they're going to start. That's what they do.
Yeah, they waiting on the field, man. Be like, you should have kept Jimmy G, all that type of stuff, man.
And then when you had Jimmy G, you talked about him and talked about you got to get rid of him. So they're always going to do this, no matter who the QB
so
is.
We can just wait and see, Rob. I think he's gonna do great, man. Kyle gonna put him in a good position, man. He gonna make mistakes.
That's Kyle's job.
He's not perfect. Nobody not perfect. I want to make mistakes so he can learn from it. I like how he said after the game. I put it behind me. Learn from it. Keep it moving. Don't keep. You can't dwell on it. It was a practice game. Look at Houston corners already because he covered Debo. And,
he posted up on Twitter. And
Come
Debo
on,
saw it.
Look, that's it. Yeah, Debo said, I'm gonna let you have your moment, man, but you can't do nothing with me in a 60-minute game. Like, come on, man. That's why y'all don't. How many championships Houston have, Ronbo?
I can't count them on one hand.
I'll wait. Thank you. I'll wait. Thank you, Ronbo. I'll wait. But you know what I'm saying? It's cool though, man. I love you, Ronbo. Shout out to the faithful, man. So
Back at you, fam.
that's it, man. I'm gonna sit back and chill, man.
And make you another. In fact, yes, make yourself another fish sandwich.
Yeah, watch power. Watch power, Ronbo. That's it. Chill. Have a good one, man. Love you, Ronbo.
Frank.
Shout out to you and the faithful,
Frank.
man.
Hey, Tuesday, we're going to check out and see what's going on with our team.
Oh, yeah, we're going to be straight, man. See you Tuesday.
All right, looking forward to it. All right, Frank. Hey, Frank, be careful in bones. Don't get no fish. Stick to catfish. No bones. Hey, Tony, get in here. Tony. Tony's in there
What's
working.
up, Ronbo?
I thought you was in there working ready to go, and it was tied up. Tony, come on in, fam. Yeah, I mean, we're talking about roster. I bet you got some situations on your team, but anything like Trey Sermon, who's your Trey Sermon? I don't want to pick on the kid. I just don't want to see any of my other running backs leave. And that's not evil. That's not mean. I just want the best running back I can get, and Trey Sermon's not it. I rank him number 4.
So why don't you guys to the practice squad that develops more?
And this, I don't think that's asking too much. Tony, here's the thing, though. When's the last time you seen a running back came into the league looking bad and got better eventually?
Got bad and looking better eventually. Well, we got one Quadri Allison we drafted in the 5th round in 2019. He didn't really get bad. He's just that Dan Quinn didn't give him any opportunities. And now he's balling out.
He sounds like Denzel Mims. Oh, yeah. Tony, you know what, though? You do. What's that running back that you got the year before last? Kind of a shorter guy. He used to play with the 49ers. What was his name?
We don't have him anymore.
What's
we had him for a minute. I can't think of his name though.
Yeah, I know, right? I forget. Anyway, he was terrible. He set a record for yards lost. He was a minus at the end of the season his first year, and the 49ers cut him. And down through the years, he finally did get better. By the time he got to the Seahawks, he wasn't bad at all. And then when you guys got him, I'm not sure. How did he do with you?
We didn't even give him a chance. I like him. They put him in for put him in on his first carry. He got 7 yards.
Yeah,
then he gets like 2 yards, and then they take him out the game.
Yeah, he started getting better and better. Anyway,
Yeah,
he's the only
gotta
running
get
back
people
I can remember that came in looking kind of weak and then got better and better. Because usually running backs come in the league, that's what they do. You know, it's not going to matter what field they're on or who's playing against them. Catch me if you can. Stop me if you can. That's what they do.
Hey, Ronbo, I was watching the last preseason game earlier this evening, Detroit at Pittsburgh. And Detroit they didn't play a lot of their starters or anything like that.
Shucks.
But
We can't beat them up.
At halftime, I'm like, another crappy performance from the Lions. 12 penalties at halftime.
Ooh, at half? At the halftime?
At the first half, 12 penalties.
Ooh,
Detroit.
they got some people to cut. And that's what coach is going to say.
Yeah.
Well, some of those. No, it wasn't Tevin Coleman show. It was during Harbaugh. Jimmy Tomsula picked him up. But yeah, you know, if you got 12 flags, that reflects directly on the coach.
Mm-hmm. Kevin Coleman looked good today. Yeah, today for the Jets. I know the Jets got a good team. I think they could finish in second.
Was that you in an argument in the chat with somebody about somebody said the Jets weren't going anywhere? Was that you that was putting up a defense for the Jets?
Yeah, but the Jets got a team. I don't think they're going to the playoffs, but I think they could win 8 games. They got a squad, Ronbo. Offensive line. I saw Dwayne Brown on the sideline for the first time in full uniform. George Trent. They got their bookends. Both of their guards are former first-round picks. One of them is Tomlinson, who used to be with you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Their center, Connor McGovern, used to be with Denver. They got an offensive line. They got 4 nice receivers. One of them's unhappy. I think teams are going to try to trade for Denzel Mims, too.
But Ellis, thank you. Mike Davis. We had Mike Davis. Mike Davis was just terrible.
Yeah.
And
he's Baltimore now. He played well. Week 1 and week 2, I saw him. He did awful with us, though.
So he's one of the few running backs that came in the league kind of shaky and then just got better and better. But that's not a normal thing.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, Ronbo, and we talked about this because we need – I want to get another defensive lineman. Our defense played well against Jacksonville, though. Played really well. A couple guys, that Timmy Horn guy, the one I told you was 6'4", 346.
Damn.
They played him at defense, 3-4 defensive end. He was pushing that pocket.
Hey, Tony, I just realized something. That's the guy they were making memes of on Twitter, isn't it? He's on your team?
Timmy Horn.
The guy's huge, right?
Yeah, out of Kansas State, yep.
Yeah, that's the guy I was laughing because I said the guy, and there's no fat on that dude, right?
There may be a little fat on him, but
okay, I'm thinking about somebody else. There's some huge dude looking like he came from Krypton. They was making jokes about him before the draft. The dude went well over 300 pounds, was chiseled, cuts, abs. I said, y'all lying. That dude don't weigh no 325. Give me a break. I mean, there's not 1 ounce of fat on that body. That's a complete freak. And how tall is he? I got to go back and look at our notes and see, look back at Twitter. Where did that individual go? Did he get drafted or what happened? Or whose team is he with?
Undrafted free agent out of Kansas State. If you look at his Kansas State tape, it looks like Jordan Davis. He's pushing people back. I think he can get drafted.
I tell you, Tony, this is going to be the future. Offensive linemen are going to morph into something different in the years to come because their importance to a football team has accelerated from where it used to be. It used to be you used to need big, strong guys out there that could protect the quarterback. Now you need an athlete to get out there and actually make the run game work. Because if you can't facilitate the run game, it stymies your offensive period nowadays. With the sophistication that's going on with DCs and OCs. See, that's what I'm saying. If a kid can grow to 6'3", 6'4", 325, and have a 10% body fat, he gets paid.
And that's going to help pushing that pocket back. But we're about to cut our second-round pick from 2019, Marlon Davidson. Dude, all he's been doing is collecting checks. Out of Auburn, second-round pick, ain't done nothing. We're about to let him go.
Is
So
Trent
somebody
Baalke,
pick him up.
is Trent Baalke scouting for you? Trent Baalke used to bring guys like that over and put them on our bench for indefinite periods of time.
Rudy's been in the chat talking smack about the Niners, and
Yeah, I
I'm
know.
glad I've been typing stuff, and Rudy has not answered. I'm glad he doesn't respond to me. I just told him just wait. I said Tom Brady's finna get what's coming to him. They lost their backup center, Ronbo, tore his ACL. So now there's two centers gone. So two centers gone.
Tony.
They lost their backup left guard last week.
I saw that.
They got a rookie starting their left guard now.
Yeah.
They're going to have some problems.
Tom's going to go back on another sabbatical before the season starts. He ain't got but 2 weeks. Listen, Tony, here's the thing. The Rudy-isms, along with the rest of those Rams, it's all going to get real quiet. I suspect it about the next 3 to 4 weeks. Not to worry.
Well, within the next few days, because Buffalo's coming to L.A. on a business trip, and this will be the first game that Buffalo played since they got jobbed with 13 seconds left in Kansas City.
Oh, you know.
Buffalo will score over 40 points.
Oh, yeah.
And Matthew Stafford, this is going to be an embarrassment for the Rams. It's going to be embarrassing, and we all going to see it on Thursday night.
Yep.
And Matthew Stafford is going to start his pick fest.
Because the defense in Buffalo is no joke. And here's the Tony thing is, I'm thinking the same way you are. They think they actually have to pull the Bills off the Rams early in the fourth quarter and just call it. And then that's when the beginning of the end starts, and we can start telling the Rams crew, see, you guys, this is your day of reckoning. And we told you about that when you were running around here pounding your chest and overdoing it. Now, look, don't expect any sympathy.
And when it is embarrassing, Ronbo, look at Jalen Ramsey to see if he starts pointing fingers.
And you know he is. It was that safety used to work on, that rookie.
Taylor Rapp.
Yeah, Taylor Rapp. Boy, if Taylor Rapp would just smack him back, God, it'd make my day. Because he slapped him right in front of everybody. He embarrassed him when we played them. He blamed Rapp for not covering on that touchdown that Emmanuel Sanders got. He stood in the middle of the field blaming Rapp.
Yeah. Juwan Jennings beat him deep. I think y'all did a halfback option. When Juwan Jennings got deep on Ramsey, he turned and looked back at the safety. No, that's your man. What you looking at the safety for?
I would, man. I've Taylor Rapp. I'd have told him, you know what? You're my teammate and all, and I'm going to support you in every which way I can. You slap me again, and they going to take, man, the hell is wrong with you? I would have got mad. I know I would have got mad. Just slapping me because I just got here. I know you're an all-pro. You're going to be slapping me in front of everybody like that. All my boys gave me a phone call. Ooh, you let it B-I-T-C-T. You like that? Oh.
Well, Ronbo, like we do every year, start looking at the wire. You're going to see some name players all across the league.
Cap Cassis and everything else.
You guys going to snatch some up? We got to snatch some up, help our football teams.
It's going to happen. I can't wait for the next 48 hours. Hey, Tony, I will see you then. All right.
What's your next show?
Yeah, Tuesday, because that's the day. So I said, you know what? Instead of coming in tomorrow and talk about the same thing we're talking about today, I'm gonna wait till Tuesday. Probably come in Tuesday and Wednesday. Press conference is gonna be what day? I'm not sure, but yeah, probably I could be in the rest of the week actually after Tuesday. So I'll be looking for you definitely Tuesday.
And Ronbo, shout out to your fellow Niner faithful Sharice Armistead. She's been clowning on. She calls a marketing blow all night. She's been getting them. I've been cracking them all night.
I love her. She works the Rams. Her whole M.O. She comes in, starts working the Rams as soon as she walks in. I love it. Sharice's doing a great job out there, too. I love it.
Shout out to your production team. And you, Ronbo, like I said, you are the best in the business.
Gosh.
I mean that from my heart with love.
Thanks, Tony.
And shout out to you for deleting Rudy's comment.
You know, the man is just amazing saying the things he says. And by the way, Rams fans, don't you? Sharice has also the protection of myself and production as she's a female. Stay in line. Don't you say anything I don't like. I give me a pleasure to bounce that ass. Okay. Tony, I'll see you. I'll see you Tuesday.
Yes, sir. You have a good evening, and I'll see you Tuesday.
Looking forward to it. Night, Tony.
Take care.
And with that said, we'll go ahead and say good night. to another 49 a good time. Fam, it's gonna be crazy Tuesday. I'm telling you right now, man. I don't know what to expect, really. I suspect, and in my heart of hearts, I know Trey Sermon is definitely going to be on the team. I just don't want to know that he's number 2 or 3 in the depth order. It's just worrying me to death. I want the ball to go to Elijah, Tyrion, Jordan. I put him ahead. And Jay, we can debate this. But actually, Jay, this is a funny thing about it. There are no huge, hardcore Trey Sermon supporters. I'm not talked to one yet since last year. I will see you Tuesday. Fam, thanks for the contributions tonight. What am I thinking here? Appreciate that always. Please subscribe and hit like. Night!